All right, let's get going. A little more survival of the free. We're back. We are down a PC this week, but it'll be okay. We'll make do. Hopefully, we won't have a total party kill, and we'll be fine. I'm confident. You guys confident?
I'm
Oh yeah.
confident. It's very difficult to kill people in this game, or kill PCs in this game.
Challenge accepted. Um,
Yeah, don't dare him on that.
let's see here. First, I'm going to GM roll.
Eventually, he's going to want to play, and he's going to need a different GM. And I have a good memory.
Ooh. Okay. All right. I figured I'm gonna actually do hidden rolls on my obligation roll. That's what I was thinking of. Goodness.
Okay. Fair enough.
That way we don't have the issue last week where it was like, hey, didn't we trigger something? And it was like, well, yeah, but I thought we'd get farther, so I saved it for later, and then it never happened. So that's
Well,
kind of what happened with that.
there is one that I need to know if it gets triggered, though, right?
Yeah, like if it gets triggered and like you reduce your strain or something like that, depending on what happens with it, then I'll just tell you. Otherwise, it'll just be like a surprise if, all of a sudden your obligation pops up in game. Like
Works
if
for
it's
me.
not just a mechanical thing. So
I like it.
okay. So plus if
Okay.
you don't roll if I don't roll somebody's obligation, still leaves you wondering if one got triggered or not.
I'm gonna roll Destiny. Kick it
Alright,
off.
yeah, let's go ahead and roll that destiny.
Bam. There's a dark.
Gideon. Let me show you how it's done.
That's a nice dark side point there.
Show me.
Just like
another
yeah,
one.
there we go.
Another one. I will take it.
I have yet to roll a light side point.
Yeah.
It-
Let me get on here for everybody. Oh yeah.
What does that tell you about my character?
Alright, I'm gonna roll
That he
one.
gets force choked by Darth Vader in his dreams.
And oh, there we go. Oh, beautiful. So, we're
Or
gonna start
you should
ourselves.
laugh like Jabba. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go.
Force you
Or
guys to
Palpatine.
update here. Nice. Alright, 3 dark side points. I like it. We're getting into some story-driven kind of stuff, so that could make things a little more interesting for that. So, anyways, when we last left off, you guys were aboard the Inevitability, and you got boarded by some enemies, some Trandoshans, some Dugs, some this like I don't know, you don't really know yet if they were like slavers or what they were doing, but they were abducting people off your ship. You went and you stopped them, blasted a bunch of them in the face and other vital organ areas. A giant bionic was released on you guys, and gave you a little bit of a pause for a little bit, but you guys persevered, made it through, nearly died. 2 people nearly died. Well, nearly went unconscious anyway. Ran out of wounds, but it narrowly got escaped, and got back to your ship. Tobias went to question the captain with his boot. No answers were retrieved at the time.
No, I got answers. He told me, he explained to me what happened. He sold us out for his own
He made
worthless
the
little life.
captain do some soul searching, as in searching the soul of his boot on his
Nice.
He
face.
did. I sure did.
And then Gideon, he went to search the rest of the enemy ship and found one of the girls that was the another passenger aboard the Inevitability. But she was like in the process of becoming a bionic. She was all like cut up, and she had an arm already hacked off and replaced with a vibro blade, and whether it be some act of mercy or some act of like just I can't leave her like this, you decided to without medical knowledge of the situation, just start unhooking to get her aboard the ship, and she ended up passing.
Don't forget about that family I rescued too.
Yep, the family of Rhodians, you guys did save them. They're back aboard the ship as well.
You mean Gideon, because the rest of the guys just decided to just truck on without Gideon.
I mean, hey, you know, if that's the choice
it's a
that was
group
made by
effort.
the party, I was willing to go with it. And it would have ended up in this recap. You abandoned a family as you flew on towards the Cruct, which is your destination that you're headed towards now. So I think everybody was pretty much in the infirmary when we last left off, deciding kind of what to do, and then the decision was made to continue on to Cruct. And
Well,
I think Tobias was going to pilot
Yeah,
Yep.
I think we were going to scuttle the ship as
the
well. I think that was Gideon's suggestion, is to not our
enemy
ship,
ship?
the Trandoshan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that makes
I
sense.
also wanted
Don't
to.
scuttle your own ship while you're aboard.
Well, you know, I get bored sometimes. But Tobias would download all of the files and stuff that they might have on their computers. Anything regarding who they work for, you know. So I'm just going to try to do a whole data dump of their computer system. I don't want to like try to crack it or anything like that. I just want to basically take out the hard drive, right, as it were.
I suppose. I mean, you still got to have some computer knowledge, which you're not too great at, but you are more than welcome to go ahead and make that roll if you so choose.
I so choose.
All right.
Dark side.
So computer check. It's gonna be pretty difficult. It's not just an average thing that you're trying to do here. You're trying to remotely connect your computer to theirs, without any
Now, if
passcodes or anything.
If I spend a little bit of time, say maybe trying to hardwire into the system, can I look around and see if I can hardwire the system to kind of
I mean, how long do you
reduce-
guys want to stick around? Do you think there might be
I
more
don't
people
want to
coming?
stick around any longer. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
your ship,
Well-
the inevitability is not in the greatest
Sure.
shape.
If you
but
want,
No.
it's
Take your knife
I'm-
and just cut out the hard drive and see if you can take some hardware with you, and we can see if we can mess with it later once we're safe.
I've built a computer recently, and I can say I used a knife 0 times. But you go ahead.
Well, hold on now. I have a toolkit.
Okay.
So I would have the necessary tools I would need to remove the physical storage device from the computer.
I'm a Marine. You can do anything with a knife. Doesn't mean it'll work in the end.
You can still stab anything
still-
you want.
Yes.
Got it.
You can
Would-
still forcibly remove anything you want with a knife.
Good point. Would Gideon possibly help me at least trying to physically remove the storage? I don't even need to download it on the computer. I just want to try to take the storage with me.
Sure, I can assist and give you a boost.
Who has the better computer / mechanical upgrade? Because assisted checks, if you want to help him, you
Yeah.
kind of look at the best characteristic and the best proficiency, and you take whichever one from one of each players.
I
But if you're the same, then it's just kind of like a boost die.
Yeah, I have a 3
I have a 2.
intellect.
2 intellect and no training. So
Yeah, I have 3 intellect.
All right, so
That
it'll
is
be
the-
3 green and no yellow. But we will get a boost die for the assist. And I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these suckers.
yes.
How important do you think this is, Gideon?
I don't know.
I mean, the worst that could happen is that you set off some kind of like homing beacon that summons all their friends. That's like just. I mean, that would be a pretty just. That'd be a big despair. I mean,
Stuff for us
if
to
only
do.
there was some
Well,
way
I was
to.
thinking about
have one of
using
those
it
get
back
put
to
in.
upgrade, but I don't think it's that important to me.
Oh well, you
No.
can't spend it on the same roll.
Yeah,
Like you
on the same
just
roll,
got
yeah.
the light side point for this roll, so you couldn't spend.
You're right.
it
No,
back.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
You're right. I can spend a point, but not the same point. You're right. All right, ready?
Correct. Yeah, go ahead. For some reason, it didn't scroll up with me. Hey, look at that.
Threat.
A little
Oh,
bit
hey,
of
it looks like Gideon.
success.
I wouldn't have been able to do this without
And
Gideon.
a little bit of threat.
So I'm sitting there. So I'm sitting there with my tools and stuff, right? And I'm trying to get it in. I'm like, I can't get the stupid tool to fit. And Gideon's just like, here, use this knife, and I just pop it out.
Yeah.
That's all from the boost die. Nice. Well, way to prove his point.
Hey, he helped.
I guess
I couldn't have done it without him.
anything can be done. I'll have to use a knife next time I make a computer. Um, any advice for your threat, or should I just wing it?
Yeah. Start a console fire. I don't know.
Start a console fire. If you've ever gotten one of those in X-Wing, it can be bad. But
Yes.
You.
no.
I mean, other than maybe possibly doing a little bit of damage to when I try to crack it, when we try to plug it in and have like a setback when we finally plug this thing in to download it, I guess. So as I'm can't get my screwdriver in there, he's like, here, hand me the knife. I was like, all right, well, I jab the knife in there as I'm prying it out with the knife. I do a little bit of damage to it, so it's like, oh crap,
Okay.
the pins are bent.
So-
It's gonna be kind of harder for me to
All right, so
crack this thing.
if at some point you want to access the information, it's going to be tougher. That's fair enough. I agree with that. Okay. All right. Well, you got it. I assume you go back.
I'm writing it down.
Back aboard the inevitability.
Okay. I say we get the heck out. Well,
Yep.
scuttle this thing and get the heck out of here. Pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to detach and then just start firing away.
Yeah.
Tobias is flying and Gideon is gunning. All right.
Yep.
I mean, we could have Jace gun if Gideon wants to co-pilot or something, but
Well, I can. What's Jace's gunnery skill?
I have no idea. I'd have to pull him up. Let me
Yep,
see.
I have a gunnery of 1.
Strong.
You
Strong.
have what? So you have training in it?
Yes, I do.
Skill.
Agility
I
of
should-
3.
Gunnery.
They probably have some training. in
Gunnery. He's just got
actually.
three. He's got
We'll
three
just
green.
leave. We'll just leave Jace with the unconscious peoples
Oh,
to
okay.
praise us of any.
Thought you were about to say on the YV666, and we'll just scuttle it. It's fine.
leave
he
him in the
gets
med
run
bay so he can
No.
alert us.
Oh, can we put that stupid droid on the YV666? He's an annoying little droid.
So shall I roll some gunnery then?
Don't worry, I've got plans for a droid.
Give me
If
some-
if you guys are detaching and blowing it
Yep.
up, I mean, we're gonna need to see that roll.
I mean, is it-
man.
Is it really
Okay.
gonna shoot back?
Difficulty set.
I mean,
Difficulty of the unmoving ship is set.
Okay, firing away. Pew pew pew. Oh, there's no difficulty there.
Because it's an unmoving ship, it's just sitting there. If you
Oh,
if
okay.
you were to somehow blank out on all your dice and miss, then that's on you, man. Like, but yeah. All right, so you find out that with a couple well-placed shots, the Trandoshan ship just was not in great condition. Kind of like your own ship, it was just hanging on a thread, and it just starts to break apart as you start blasting away with
Good
those
riddance.
laser cannons.
all right.
Gumbags.
Nice.
All right. Let's get the heck
May
out of
you
here.
rest in the cold, heartless void.
All right. So we're heading to the Crypt. Astrogation. Anybody want to roll astrogation to go ahead and set course?
Well,
I'm gonna give you a boost
uh,
die because it was like a preset thing, but you still want to recalculate. Make sure when you weren't pulled out of light speed or something, you haven't gone off course enough to throw you guys for a loop.
Sure. All right. Yep. So I'm sitting at the console and I'm entering the coordinates and stuff in the nav computer and letting it calculate up. So
Okay.
That-
Difficulty set. Nice. Good success. 2 advantage. Anything?
how long is the trip supposed to take?
Great question. I didn't really think that part through. I was just gonna. I mean, we navigate at the
K2.
speed. We navigate at the speed of plot as per Star
Well,
Wars. Um, so.
I was gonna say the only thing
you-
I can think to spend it
you
on
go
right now is just make
faster.
the trip shorter. Yeah. No, not faster, straighter.
Straighter copy. Got it.
Right? It's now in 12 parsecs instead of 14 because you're going, you're going straighter.
All right. We're not in Han Solo territory. Calm down. You're a decent pilot. I'll give you that much.
Why do I have 2 boost die? But not that it matters.
Do you have something that gives you a boost from Talon or something?
I have it remove.
Unless
That-
you added a
back?
boost and I added a boost.
Oh,
That
you may
could
have
be.
added a boost. No, right? Aren't we responsible for adding our positive dice?
That is true. You're welcome. They were both blank anyway.
Right.
So
Thanks
you
a lot,
arrive
GM.
at the station crypt. Let me move you guys over so you can see it. So the crypt is it's kind of like a big star destroyer in a sense as far as like shape and everything like that, but it's not like a stolen star destroyer, right? So it's made by different people. It's definitely different, but that's kind of just the scope of what you're looking at. So it's kind of like a gigantic aircraft carrier where it's a mobile city. And that's kind of how it's used. It's not a space station that just sits in place, always ready to be found where it is. This this thing moves around, and that's kind of why it's kind of appealing to fringers and the like, because they're not sit in one place. Um, makes finding it and finding anybody that's aboard very difficult. Because it might not be in the same place it was when you got coordinates for it. Um, so, yeah, so it's hovering above the planet Muro currently. It's like a grassland, rocky kind of world, continuing along the planet-wide settings that Star Wars is known for. You get one ecology. That's it. So.
I'll be back.
Copy. Well, we're without our pilot, but we're hoping that he'll be back swiftly. If not, we will move on.
Now, weren't you supposed to ask us a question about our character background? At some point?
Oh, well, we're at a standing point, so yeah, I was about to forget it again.
Again.
Which is fine. Which is fine. I was gonna ask you guys this last week. Yeah. So, like, what's some advice that your character received somewhere along the line that really like took hold, and he's kind of not necessarily made his life upon, but really kind of took root in him.
Well, for Gideon, he had like a father type figure who died in a brutal incident. His name was Moral Marsek, and he looked up to him, and he was kind of found by the Marsek family when he was down and out, and needed some help. And so Moro Marsek was a retired like sheriff who went and became a farmer, and one of the things that Moro would say was never give up, trust
Never
your
surrender.
instincts. Never
Trust
give
your
up, trust your instincts. And so that's something that Gideon is kind of used in kind of his renaissance, his own personal renaissance, recovering from his first traumatic incident.
I like it.
So it's something he kind of mumbles to himself or says in his head when he's about to do something that's bold or dangerous.
Well, hopefully he's
Kinda
got
like
good
how,
instincts to trust then.
Yeah. Kind of like how Deadpool says maximum effort all the time. That's kind of
He
what
he
Gideon
quotes
says
it to
in his-
himself before he makes
Yep.
kind of a big decision. All right,
Yep.
all right.
Never give up. Trust your
Uh,
instincts.
Tobias, we got back on track with our question of the day, since we
Yes.
forgot last time and we were on track to forget this time.
Yep. No. So, And Tobias actually had a pretty normal upbringing. I mean, both of his parents are still around. He kind of grew up in, um, the suburbs of the city. His parents had kind of, office jobs, so nothing too fancy and stuff. But their parents were obviously around during the Clone Wars, so they kind of grew up. They saw the Empire forming and stuff, and so Tobias, bought into the Empire rah rah thing. And so when he was joining and stuff, and has had a duffel bag packed, slinged over his shoulder. He's saying his goodbyes to his mom and dad and stuff. But his mom, him and his mom have a close relationship. She was the one that encouraged him to fly, and when she saw how good he was at the pilot, she encouraged that, helped him, bought him like a speeder bike when he was younger, just so he could get out and fly and kind of help him out and stuff. But she was a little worried about him joining the Empire and stuff. So, like, the last memory he has of his mom, the last thing, besides HoloNet communications and stuff, the last thing he said to his mom face to face was, "Have the courage to live a life true to yourself, not the life others expect of you." Because she was, really worried about his becoming indoctrinated to the Empire and buying into all the crap. So that's kind of the thing that has stuck with him throughout this whole thing.
Nice. I like both of those. They're both actually kind of true to life, as it were.
I was serious. I gave it some serious thought. I was like, you know what? And that's actually a pretty good motto for his character right now. It's his mantra for, it's one of the reasons why he ended up defecting. He's like, this ain't right. He's like, this, I got to live my life.
Tobias? Just curious.
Know this. Mid-20s. He
Gotcha.
joined the Empire. He joined the Empire kind of late. He didn't like join it like right at the recruitment age and stuff, but he was kind of there when the Empire. Well, obviously he was around when the Empire took over and stuff, but kind of after seeing everything, he decided to join a little late. So.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Back on track. So you arrive at the station, and on your intercom, the open channel just comes over like.
Before we deal all this, can we kind of flash back to the whole hyperspace travel thing? Because right now we have an Ugnaught who's still tied up.
Sure.
Have you guys unconscious in the med bay?
No, I hogtied him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hogtied the pig face dude.
Gideon doesn't let that fly. He unbinds the guy.
Oh, so while Tobias is flying the ship, you
and
sneak
remember,
back in.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, he only tied him up because he was leaving him unattended and didn't want to wander around the ship. So the fact that Gideon untied him, not the biggest deal as long as he was still being watched. So
right, and so I'll have Jace kind of
post and guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
To let Gideon know when he comes to, or if anybody comes to, because there's some questioning for the old man too that needs to be done.
But I guess, yeah, he wanted to try to have one last conversation with the Ugnaught too, to kind of get this straightened out. Now that hopefully the Ugnaught has calmed down and there's not Trandoshan slavers threatening and stuff, so he, walks in and sits down.
Does he wake up?
Oh, the Ugnaught?
Yeah.
Well, if he doesn't, Tobias slaps him until he wakes up.
Just.
I'm assuming Jace is.
Gideon's like, you've been at this for like 20 minutes, man. Come on.
Are you serious?
No, so yeah. You guys, stir him. It's fine. I mean, it happens in movies all the time.
Okay.
They just kind of pat on the cheek or whatever, and they come around.
Yeah. You're okay.
Insults.
Yeah. That's all it takes.
So Tobias kind of plops in.
But when he sees you, he like kind of scrambles backwards and recoils, because he knows that you just kicked him in the face not too long ago.
Tobias puts his hands up. I'm not gonna kick you again.
Gideon just kind of interjects. He's like, "Let me handle this," and
Um.
just apologizes
All right.
to the Ugnaught.
All right.
Like, hey, I'm
But-
sorry for this guy. He's been through a lot. Let you know that his demeanor and his actions towards you, they do not reflect.
Is that the look
they don't
that
reflect
Tobias is giving right now?
I'm trying to give a mean look, but it's not turning out. But Tobias is giving him the stink eye since Gideon's stepping in playing good cop. Tobias is sliding into bad cop role.
Okay. All right.
I hope
The
in your case
Ugnaughts
here.
kind of like.
I'm trying to break the ice and say that you're better
Just standing
than.
there.
Okay.
He's just
Like,
standing there.
Okay.
Fine.
Are we
So basically,
trying
Gideon's
to?
just saying, hey, it's all right. You know, you're safe now. Apologize for this guy's actions earlier. He's been through a lot. We've been through a lot. I want to let you know that we're on our way to Krut, and you know, we couldn't do anything for your crew. We found them, and they were all killed by the Transoceans. So,
Yeah.
just want to make you aware, since you're still the captain of the ship, of what's going on.
Okay. I mean, I don't necessarily need a charm roll out of that because you're being straight up. You're not necessarily trying to be like persuasive by any means. That are like, trying to just charm your way into it or anything like that. Or deception, obviously. But
Yeah.
yeah. So he kind of looks back and forth between the both of you, and he definitely kind of positions himself more so you're between him and Tobias. And
Yeah. So I'm honest. I'm gonna say to the Ugnaught captain, like, just take your time to get reoriented, catch a breath, get some rest, grab something to eat. Since our course is already plotted, we're in hyperspace. I'm gonna have a word with my compatriot here, and I just kind of grab Tobias by the jacket and say, "Hey, come with me real quick."
I jerk out of his grasp, but I follow on.
Okay. So we.
as you guys leave, the Ugnaught kind of seems to think about the words he said about his crew being killed and everything, and so he kind of goes into the corner and starts sobbing. Go ahead.
Tobias gives one last look at him as he's crying, and he's not unsympathetic. I mean, he knows what it's like to have crews and wingmates. So he kind of looks at him. He knows what he's going through with the loss of his crewmates, but he's still pretty bad.
Okay. So in the privacy of the hallway, Gideon just kind of squares up with Tobias and say, "Okay, sir, what's your intention here? What's your goal?"
My goal is I think he needs to be turned over to the authorities and dealt with because he's the one that sold us out to the slavers. Instead of giving us warning, even just a warning, he could have just given us a warning. We could have been prepared, but no, he locked us in our rooms for us to either die or be taken slavery. That's
Okay.
not okay.
So you want to involve the authorities?
And granted, probably shouldn't have kicked him and knocked him out. I'll own that. But that being said, it's no. You know what? I really don't want to involve I don't really want to involve the authorities. This is already a giant mess.
I
But,
think leave that option on the table, but I don't think it should be our first course of action.
no. But this.
Because I'm assuming you're out here. I mean, a lot of us are out here because we don't want a whole lot of attention from the authorities. If I'm safe to say, myself included, I'm assuming you as well.
Kind of gives a non-committal shrug.
Let me try to reason with him when it comes to it. Let him have some time, but when we get into port, yeah, I think I have an idea of an arrangement we can make that'd be beneficial to all of us. Maybe
Would
as
be
some
what?
sort of recompense. Maybe convince him that as a right thing to do would be to retire. Maybe.
Why are you out here?
Well, looking to make some money and just travel and see what good I can do. I know it sounds a
Well,
little idealistic, but it's just kind of the code I live by.
there's unfortunately people like that in the galaxy, but what are you gonna do? Um, yeah, I would prefer to keep on the move. You're pretty handy in a fight. I was just looking to get off planet, so I wouldn't mind tagging along with you.
All right. I think we can reach some sort of really beneficial agreement. And
All right, let me
the big
let me go.
the big game hunter as well. I'm sure he can be handy for us as well.
He was pretty good with that big gun taking down that. What the hell was that thing?
I have no idea.
That was messed up stuff. All right.
Yeah,
well,
maybe we can find some more information from the old man if they had any. If they were fleeing and what they were fleeing from.
all right. Well, we need a. I think we should also maybe try to find a hacker and see what's or a slicer. Excuse me. Find a slicer. See what's on this this hardware too. There might be some information onto what the heck was going on.
Sure.
But
Sure.
in the meantime, let me go have some words with the captain. Calm words.
Now, I think you should leave him alone.
No.
Just for now. Give him some space. He's been through a lot. Like we have. Some time to recover. He just
I
woke
got
up,
something-
for goodness sake.
I got something to say to the captain. I'm gonna go back to the cockpit when I'm done. I'm not
What do
gonna
you-
lay a hand or a
What
foot.
are you going to say to him?
Or foot.
What are you going to say to him?
I'm gonna apologize to the poor thing.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna
That's
try to smooth this.
acceptable.
I'm gonna try to smooth this over. I'm still pissed at him, but you know what? Okay, yeah. So I walk back in and slowly, non-threateningly approach the Ugnaught.
He's,
You know, I
he's
give-
still
I-
kind
I-
of just
Gideon just kind of stands in
Buried,
the doorway
but-
with his arms crossed, kind of
I stay outside
watching
of
like a hawk.
outside of my arm's reach. Right,
Or
I make
legs.
sure I'm well, I squat down to his level, right? Because he's about half my height, I think. Ugnaughts pretty short.
yeah.
Right?
I mean, he's kind of squatting and crying, but when he sees you approaching, hears your footsteps, he kind of looks up. You can tell that he's still not thrilled to see you at all, but he's got nowhere to run. He's kind of in a corner at the moment.
I get it. I kind of walk over and I just squat down and what was the guy's name? I don't remember.
I don't think we ever established a name.
Grung.
No, I had one. Let me see. I don't have Evernote up. Hang on, it's in there.
Well, it's not.
It's
I'll
not
just call him
super important.
I'll call him Captain. How about that? I just squat down. I'm like, Captain, look. Sorry, I kicked you. I'm still mad at you. I was a little hot, to be honest. I don't like the idea of somebody selling me out. I am sorry for knocking you out, though. And I know what it's like to lose teammates. And I'm sorry you have to go through that. And then I just get up and walk away. I don't need to hear from him or anything. I just get up and I walk back to the cockpit.
Okay, Captain Snurd found it. He kind of just looks like he's thinking about it for a second, and then he kind of goes back to his grief.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, or are we pulling in?
No, I guess we can. I just want to at least make sure we untied the captain.
Well,
You know,
I already
the-
made sure of that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm good to dock, or I guess answer the comms.
All right. So as you approach the open line, just kind of comes in, just inevitability. Go ahead and send your passcode in for docking.
Is that something as a pilot? I mean, is that like a standard? Is there like a passcode button? I mean, am I able to use the
would
computer
know.
system?
Well, it's a the Kruk, right? It's a mobile station that's kind of home to fringers and the like that are just trying to stay away from everybody. So they may have
Right, is it-
some kind of
Secret handshake.
Yeah.
Well,
There
what,
could
what I'm
be there
saying
could
is
be
like,
like a pre-programmed thing on the computer, should you be able to find it.
all right, well, I'm gonna see if I can find it then.
All right. I'm sure nothing bad could happen here.
Well, I'm not gonna like send. I'm gonna look for it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna like
Could ask
hit
the
the.
captain that's awake now.
That's
Difficulty's
actually a good
ready,
point.
so make your choice.
Actually,
Two purple,
I'm gonna
just an
I'm gonna
average.
I'm gonna calm the med bay first and be like, hey, Snurg, they need the passcode to dock. Snurg.
You don't hear much coming from the infirmary. Maybe it's your voice. Maybe it's that it's you. I don't know. But I mean, it's nobody's running over to the comm to tell you anything.
Do I hear? Do I hear this in the med bay?
Are you still in the medbay?
Why not?
Okay. Then yeah,
I'm
you
trying to-
you would hear it. It's an
Yeah.
intercom.
So how is the captain's demeanor? Has it changed at all?
No, I mean he's still just kind of sulking. I mean it's been a bit of a journey, so I mean he's
Right.
had time to process, so he's not sobbing anymore. But
Yeah.
he's definitely down.
Say, excuse me, Captain. We need your permission to dock. Give the
He-
pilot what he needs.
He looks at you and he recognizes you as the more friendly person. He's just kind of like,
Oh, and you got some boot mark on your face there. Let me get that for you.
It says Wolverine across your forehead. I don't get it. Time Cop reference score. So he's kind of. It's there's a pre-programmed button on the right-hand side of the console. It says passcode on it.
Okay.
Just because just to give you a spoon feed it for you. It's
Gotcha. I relayed that over my comm link. Bias is right there.
Oh, son of a gun!
There it is.
If it was
See,
Snake, it
when
would
it
hit
said
me.
passcode, I was thinking self-destruct, but now I know. The self-destruct button's not the passcode button. Okay, hold on, let me write that down. Okay, got it. Good.
And so you go ahead and hit it in transmits, and the other line is like, inevitability, you seem to be cleared to dock. Go ahead and head to docking bay 94.
Docking Bay 94. Roger. Roger, Roger.
All right, so you
Yeah, I start my landing.
sweet. You guys pull in to dock, where there's some mechanics kind of milling about and everything, but there's not like security there or anything per se. Like you didn't like trigger anything or whatnot. So you kind of pull down and ship settles in. People start hooking up like refueling clamps, things like that.
Well, I grab all my gear, including the how big is the data bank from the computer? I mean, are we talking kind of like what we saw on Rogue One, where it's like, you know?
I mean,
tape.
it's not a plan to a gigantic battle station, so
So it would probably be pretty small. So
yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna throw
it's,
that
yeah,
throw it in my
it's like,
backpack.
yeah, it's small. It fits on a reasonably sized little data card.
Yeah, so I make sure that's in my backpack too, and I go and I talk to Gideon, and I'm like, well, now what?
I'm gonna talk to the captain and see if we can reach some sort of agreement.
Okay, well, I got one pack slung
that-
over my shoulder, and I'm just leaning against the
satisfying
wall
his-
outside the infirmary.
Satisfying his debt to us. And I kind of check up on the Rhodian family and see how they're doing.
They're all just kind of like still kind of just huddled around each other. They don't really want to let any one of them like separate from the group.
Gotcha.
You know, pretty pretty struck by recent events.
Yeah.
You can tell that they've never been a part of anything like this before. They're, anything negative, maybe even. So they're pretty shaken by all this, but they're all still together. And
Okay. So I'm just gonna call like a meeting, like an all hands meeting, before so we can all just talk about what happened. Captain as well, in Med Bay or wherever, the common area, including the Rhodians.
The Rhodians come out like calmly and come to speak with you because they know that you guys kind of saved them and everything. But Snurd is kind of like, I just want to leave. Can I go?
Like, well, where are you gonna go?
I just need to get on the station.
Well, we need
Have
to
a
talk
drink.
about. Yeah, we can have time for that. But we need to talk about what happened over there back on our way here.
I
So I
lost
think-
my whole crew. That's what happened.
Oh, and you definitely have the lion's share of responsibility in that.
I had no choice. We were traveling through hyperspace, and they pulled us out, and they ordered me to let them
What do you
dock.
mean they pulled this out? No one can pull us out of hyperspace.
I don't know what they had set up, but they knew the route to the Cruct, and they were ready to spring whatever trap they had.
I kind of look at Tobias and say, that's not the story he gave you originally.
Yeah, it is.
I thought he said he pulled out of hyperspace himself.
No,
No, he
no.
had said
It's
that
pirates.
he was just.
I mean,
he
I've been
was
on
told
plenty of
that they were
patrols where
gonna
pirates
destroy
often
him.
push asteroids into hyperspace lanes. Big enough asteroids will pull ships out of hyperspace if they drift
Yeah.
into well-known lanes.
Gotcha. Still,
He
I think
says
the
that-
charge still stands that you were responsible for what happened to the crew because you didn't alert any of us and you just locked us in the rooms.
I have no firepower. I wasn't ready to battle a bunch of Trandoshan slavers.
Well, as you can see, that members of that were being transported were definitely capable of handling that. And I specifically remember.
I mean, a guy has killed a frickin' Gundark. You don't think he could handle some Trandoshans? Sorry.
I specifically remember telling you personally, saying if there's anything you need help with, let me know.
I can't allow that
As your
kind of things
passengers,
on board.
As your passengers, we had a right to know the situations and the circumstances. We put our lives in your hands.
In hindsight,
for a
you're
handful.
probably right, but I panicked at the time. I didn't know what to do. I thought I was going to be blown to smithereens.
So, my question to you right now is, how are you going to make this right?
I don't know. I can't process all this at once. It's
As he's
No
fumbling
time.
forwards, I kind of walk over to him, and I don't squat down this time. I'm standing over the top of them, and I'm like, you would have been blown to smithereens if we hadn't have stepped in. So not only do you owe us for not keeping up our safety, but we saved your life and your ship.
Are we trying to coerce here?
Uh,
You trying to intimidate him?
I'm just going for flavor. Like, I'm not trying to get anything
Okay.
out of him. I'm just putting this idea in his head that we, in fact, not only saved his life but his ship, despite his best efforts for locking us in the room.
He kind of cowers from you a little bit, and I mean, he still doesn't fully trust you or anything. So he's nervous, but I just did what I thought was right at the time. I don't know.
Okay.
It wasn't right,
Well-
but I had to make a call.
I kind of like kneel next to him, like, here's what I'm going to suggest to you. Put your conscience at ease and to absolve you of all responsibility from the situation. You'll get a free pass. We won't turn you in over to the authorities. Myself and the Rhodian family over here, we won't drag your butt into civil court to sue you for liabilities. Um, as you can see, me and my friends, we're in need of a ship. I suggest you take what money you have left and go into some form of retirement and mourn the loss of your friends. Obviously, you are not cut out for this line of work anymore.
That's a fairly large request. I'm gonna need some kind of a check for that. Are you trying to charm him?
Um, discipline be discipline.
Are you asking? Charm is versus. Shouldn't turn my light off. Charm is versus cool.
Okay.
So you could try to charm. And see, or you could go by force, I guess, too.
Yeah.
If this
So
is
I'm just gonna kind of lean in close to him and say, better for you. Give us your ship. That make
So,
that
and as he's doing this again, I'm still kind of towering over him, and I brush my long duster back and put my hands on my hip and make sure that the butt of my pistol is like just hanging out at his eye levels. I'm just standing there looking at him. I'm not saying a word. I just got my hands on my hip with my duster open, so my concealed pistol is there hanging out as I'm towering over him. Maybe kind of stretching my legs and sticking my boot out a little closer to him. No, stretch my like him to give Gil a boost there to his.
Okay, so you're gonna give him a boost. Okay. Difficulty is set.
I want to spend that point.
okay. Sure. Why not?
But this is a pretty big roll. Dare I say this might define our destiny?
Alright. That was a discipline check. You want a charm? Do a charm check.
It's the same thing.
Oh, is it?
Upgraded.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the same dice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that. So you.
Oh, you didn't even need my boost die. Oh, I'm so sad.
Uh,
Oh, I
Here.
guess roll it. We could get some advantage out of it.
Here you go. There you go. Good boosting.
Well, I'll pretend I did something. I contributed.
Good job. So he looks around the ship, and you can tell he's kind of looking back in his mind at all the memories that he's had here, and he's just. What exactly did you tell him?
It'd be better for you to give us your ship.
So he's kind of he takes a moment to kind of. You can see he's like looking at the loss that he's had and everything, and he's like, "It would be better to give you my ship." And he just, I can't do this anymore. I'm not cut out for what space is becoming. This used to be free trade land, and now it's filled with adversaries. It's not what I got in it for. The inevitability's yours.
Thank you.
Shall we go see the Port Authority now so you can transfer the title, or you wanna
He
Oh,
gives you the
wait?
necessary passcodes to like activate
Register.
things, start up engines, all that kind of stuff. All the
And then-
sequence of buttons to hit it or whatever they do to start things up. I don't know.
And the registration.
Do they have?
Your
Under a new
mic cut
owner.
out.
Do they have a Department
there
of Flying Vehicles? Or?
I think you just have to. Yeah, something like that.
So the next like hour of the show is gonna be where we stand in line at the DMV. Um, no, so he does whatever they do and signs
Right.
it away and logs
Or
off
hold on,
his
screen wipe.
computer or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it's entailed, but it's processing.
So I'm nominating
Because
myself as a new captain of the
can I
Inevitability.
go now? I need to go find a drink at the Drifter's Edge.
Okay, you're free. You've done us a great. You've done enough to satisfy the situation, and thank you for making it easy.
I'm
Nerd.
sorry again. I
Nerd, take your buddies with you.
We'll help.
take his dead friends with him.
Well, I'm
So
like,
many-
if you give us an address, I'll make sure the dead get to where they need to get.
Is that
Like,
what
don't
he
listen to
said to Bias?
That's exactly what I said.
I kind of Gideon just kind of smacks him like
So
across the top of
dirty.
the head, like a.
Uh,
I block it.
Like, we'll take care of the dead for you, so you can mourn them. Just give us an address. We can take the. We'll handle it.
he nods and scribbles coordinates on something. He heads down the docking ramp and heads off into the station.
Fantastic.
I look at Gideon. Do we have any idea why he was coming here? Did he have like cargo to sell?
Doesn't matter at this point. He was just transferring personnel. It was a
Was he?
It's
Wasn't
just
that-
a charter
wasn't the
vessel.
just charter
Oh, it's-
transport. Yeah.
I thought there was more stuff in the cargo bay.
I mean, there's random miscellaneous goods, foodstuffs, whatever.
Right.
Right,
So,
but it's not like packed with a freight run.
No, he wasn't like transporting heavy military
Yeah.
hardware. There's no AT-ATs aboard. I apologize.
yeah.
not
Gideon thanks the Rhodians.
Trying to-
tells them, hey,
Trying to pilfer the
That's-
ship.
No, I'm trying to sell
You just
stuff.
got 120,000 credits worth of ship. Sorry, there's nothing aboard that you need currently.
but
I'm
now we
fine
have
with
a
that.
but now we have a way to make money. So
I am fine with that. I just had
Yep.
to ask.
Okay.
Okay.
However, it is in bad shape, and neither of you are mechanically inclined, so I wouldn't be taking it into battle just yet.
right.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
one thing at a time. So, did Gideon really say though he nominated himself as captain?
Yes. I am captain.
He made the roll
It's-
technically. I mean, I guess if
I-
anybody's
I
if the
solidified the
Ugnaught was going to
negotiations.
sign it over to anybody, it probably would have not been you, Tobias.
Oh, what makes you captain?
Like, well, I took point and I solidified the negotiations.
Doesn't make
But don't
you
worry,
captain.
it just so happens I'm looking for a pilot to hire.
That make... Just because you solidified negotiations here doesn't automatically make you
Hey,
captain.
Hey,
What's-
what makes you
what's
think
your
what makes you think I automatically represent you in our negotiations? We just met each other what? A couple days ago.
All right, what's my salary?
Negotiable. I say
Half.
we include Jason in this and we split everything 3 ways. But we all contribute towards the maintenance and well-being of the ship while we have this
Well,
agreement.
I would argue as captain, you're responsible for the maintenance.
Ah. Then I will dock your salary for maintenance.
If you pilot us into any scrapes, that's all that comes out of your pay.
Because
I-
how are
I
you
just
supposed
want-
to do your job if the ship isn't maintained? We're all going to
Exactly.
contribute our salary
Exactly.
towards maintenance. That's all I'm saying. It's split 3 ways.
I just want to make sure we have clear expectations here of what the hell we're actually doing. Because you're right, I don't know you, you don't know me. We just need some money. So
Right. Get ourselves on our feet. Good to go.
because as a captain, you would have to speak for the whole crew.
Right. And I've done a
And
great
since-
job at that so far. Haven't I? I got us a ship.
Point taken. Point taken. What's your background though? Here.
I've done some military in my days. May not, look older than 22, but have
All right. No,
I've seen my share of the world. So, I like you, like probably everybody here. I got some things I'd rather not confront the Empire with, but I'm not a
with you on that
dirtbag.
one.
I'm not a thief.
I'm not opposed to this. I just don't follow blindly. I'm just asking questions.
That's fine. I don't
Just
expect you to
ask
follow
questions,
blindly. That's
right?
why I'm paying you.
Fair enough. All right.
And
I'll-
it's optional. There's no contract here. You can quit anytime you like. Whenever
No,
the
that's-
agreement is no longer in your favor, there's the
That's
door.
fair enough. If I'm going to if I'm going to follow your lead, I want to know who I'm following. Nice to know that you have some military experience. So yeah. All right. Well, let's just see where this goes then. I'll take a third.
All right. And I'm assuming Mr.
Jace
Mute over there, you're-
agrees.
Fantastic.
We don't.
Well,
So,
since Jace is being quiet, how about he takes
Thought you were always
25% and we split the rest ourselves?
hey,
50
let's not
50
forget
0.
that Jace,
That sounds fair.
Jace has a gun dark that he can contribute to the crew fund as part of our first job that he finished before he was part of the crew.
He
All right,
nods
all right.
silently and then remembers
Thank-
his gun dark and he goes back to the cargo bay and drags it off and starts to go sell it. And now he's
back
gone.
on
And we don't have
There.
to worry about it.
back on track.
Yep.
Back on track.
Success.
So in the meantime, I guess we can just bark
Fix
and
this
go
piece
look.
of crap up.
Yeah, if you want to do that, yeah, I'm gonna look for work. If you want to join me, look for work, or you can try to fix the ship some. That's
Even though Tobias isn't officially trained in mechanics, he has a general understanding. He's not gonna try to fix it himself. He still has has a general understanding. I mean, he's a pilot, right? He knows how ships are supposed to work. He might not be able to build a hyperdrive.
You
from
know when you
scratch.
push the on button, it's supposed to turn on, yeah?
kind of like how a decent driver knows basic maintenance on his vehicle. Yeah.
Exactly right.
But,
It's not just
yeah.
to turn the key and hey, look, it starts up. No, he knows how to check
He
the
basically
oil.
knows
You
how
know,
to change the oil and how to change the battery and how to rotate the tires and yeah.
right? Change the brake pads if he needs to. You know, so like I said, he doesn't have official training, but he understands his ship well enough.
Don't ask
so
him to
he's
rebuild
gonna
a transmission.
no. So he's gonna go find mechanics to talk to
Okay.
about getting the ship fixed up.
That's gonna cost money.
Yes.
All right. So you guys are heading off the ship into the station.
Right.
And I assume you were heading off together.
Well, I want to check on the old man and see if he's come to yet, because he was the last passenger we have on board to deal with. His
Okay.
dead girl that was with him.
He's still pretty heavily wounded. They did quite a number on him to get to the girl. Now that you've had some more time to kind of look at his injuries, they look like they were definitely defensive and like he might have been just trying to get in the way of them, between them and her, and so I mean he's out. He's gonna need some extensive medical treatment. Probably back to tank, which isn't cheap. He's not necessarily in a condition to negotiate his own deal for that.
That's coming out of your share.
You wanted to save him.
That's fine. The back to tank treatment cost.
Okay. So you both are heading out of the ship?
Yeah, but he's not necessarily following Gideon.
Yeah,
He's
you guys are
like I said,
kind.
he's
It sounds like you guys are intending to go separate ways, but
Is
you're
he?
kind of
Is he?
departing
He's
together.
not conscious. Is he like? Can I even talk to the old guy at all? Even like coherent at all? Or just no.
No,
Okay.
he's out.
So I'm gonna grab him and see if I can
Comatose.
take him to a medical
You're just
facility of some
gonna
sort.
haul him over your shoulder and walk around a space station.
Why not?
I assume they would have like some kind of gurney or something if you
yeah. I was
found a
gonna say,
medical
as
facility.
Gideon like throws him over his shoulder and was walking to the boarding ramp, I was like,
Like you don't know if he's got
Why
internal
don't you just call somebody?
injuries.
Okay.
But you
See
go
what you're
ahead and
saying.
do what you want. It also doesn't just look good for one.
Yeah. Well, is there some sort of hollow gurney I can manipulate by myself? Hover gurney? I don't
I was gonna say hologurney. Yeah, you find a holographic
Herb-
gurney. You try to throw him on it, he falls to the ground. Uh,
It's like my life. It's all emptiness and lies. Says the old man as he falls.
you find a little like cargo sled, which is basically like a little dolly. Not like a like a tip him up and
Yeah,
like
I got you.
yeah, but like a flat
got him
cart.
strapped to a hand truck. The furniture dolly.
Like a mummy. or like the Hannibal Lecter.
You could always you could always go weekend at Bernie's with him.
Yep.
Hey,
Alright.
I would like to get in a back tank.
Weekend at Old Man's.
All right, so you guys head off into the station. Gideon's pulling a cart with a dude on it, and Tobias, are you going armed?
Well, I got my concealed weapon,
Oh, concealed copy.
right? That's how I got it on the ship in the first place. It is
It's true.
a concealed holster, and
Okay.
nobody said not to bring weapons on board. So
True enough. True enough. Gideon, are
I
you
also
going armed?
Yeah, of course.
I have my pack with me too.
All right, and you've just got a standard holster on the waist that
Yeah.
everybody can see, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I have like a thigh rig, and then
Okay.
a nightstick on my belt on the side with my trench coat. Flap over it.
Okay. So you guys head off
So-
into the facility.
I let Tobias know I'm gonna go look for meta treatment for this guy. Just sweet.
As you guys get to the
I'm gonna
door
go find
where
treatment for our ship.
as you guys get to the door where you're about to split off, the big docking bay door kind of opens, and there's a small creature standing there. As you don't necessarily know exactly what species he is, but he's looking up at you, and he smiles all big, and he's just like, "Well, I guess you're the new crew of the Inevitability."
Yeah. Who would we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Says, I'm Meeker. You might say I run this show around here. This is my station, the Crooked.
Oh,
I don't believe you've
well.
ever been here before. I just
we
would
haven't.
like to know who comes aboard my station.
Well, I'm Durandal. This is Tobias.
Jimmy. Friends call me Jimmy.
Jim
Says,
Raynor over here. This is
My middle
Jimmy.
name.
He looks down at the cart and he says, "Looks like one of your friends might have ran into a bit of bad luck. You might want to
Yeah.
find a place for him. He doesn't look so good."
You have any recommendations? We could get him some. He needs some help. We would like to get him some treatment.
Well, I've had help from SAR before. She's fixed me up a couple of times. Other than that, I don't really get into too many scrapes. People pretty much kind of respect me around here, so I've got it pretty good. You'd have to kind of ask around for other places, but SAR's who I go to.
Okay.
But let me kind of get you guys situated because I don't I don't know how much you might know about this place, and how much you might belong. It seems you've gotten in with somebody else's passcode, who isn't piloting the ship anymore. I talked to him as he was heading out. My good friend Captain Snurd. How did you come across this ship, being in your possession now?
We came to some sort of mutual agreement because of his responsibility and almost uh, having us die. He made a series of poor decisions that he decided to take responsibility for, and commend him for that.
He's no soldier. I wouldn't hold it against him. He spooks easily. But you'll find plenty of other mercenaries around here if that's what you need. If you need somebody to help you out of a jam. But this is the correct. If you need, there's pretty much anything you can be desiring can be found here. If you need jobs, I would head on down to the Drifter's Edge. It's a local cantina. They've got a job board that you can go try to bid on different positions that are available if you need cash. Farther down the field is the medical facility where SAR is. I don't know of any others. I don't know where they are, but I bet there's some out there. She keeps telling me she's not a doctor, but I don't know. She fixed me up once, so it's good enough for me. And she's not bad to look at, so I guess I keep going.
And as I look, I was like, well, we could also use it. And I turn over and look at the ship, and like a piece of like a metal plating just falls off of the ship and just clang. Like,
a mechanic? Is that what you're about to say? I was just about to tell you, SAR, she's the best mechanic I've ever seen. She knows all kinds of stuff. I would let her work on anything that I've got.
Yeah, I bet you would. I was like looking at him and just kind of smile.
Yeah, well, if you need anything, you just give me a shout and I'll try to direct you to the right place. You probably also have the wrong kind of currency as well. Let me tell you how that works. If you're going to make a stay here, you're going to need to adapt. If you're dealing in Imperial credits, most people here want nothing to do with the Empire. They're basically no good here. You're going to need something more real, more associated to where you're at. So I take in Imperial credits and trade them out for chits. Chits are traded on a 1-to-1 basis, and we make sure that you're compensated for everything. But
what's the exchange rate for credits to chits?
1 for 1. We just don't want to deal with Imperial currency. Also, me handling the Imperial currency lets me keep them off of our backs, if you know what I mean. Most of my clientele here, they don't want any kind of Imperial entanglements.
Makes sense.
So if you're trying to do any trade, I would not suggest doing it until you have chits. Nobody wants anything to do with Imperial credits here. But if you're trying to do all your trade outside of here, Imperial credits are probably going to be just fine.
Okay. Well, thank you for the welcome and the reception and the information.
No problem, no problem. Just go on down to the Drifter's Edge if you need any jobs. And like I said, go see SAR. She'll get you straightened up with anything you might need fixed. Or
Okay.
whether that be ship or body.
So if we need to cash out, like if we're leaving, we can just give you chits back and you'll give us credits back.
Well, chits are kind of non-refundable. I would recommend you keep yourself a supply in case you need them outside of here. But if you're trying to do anything on board the station, they're one-to-one exchange, like I said, and they're non-refundable. We need to make sure that we keep the Empire off of our tails. So I once they get put into the bank, they don't really come out until we have an Imperial patrol roll around, and then we gotta just dump them out the airlock, as it were. It's
Gotcha.
expensive keeping this place safe.
All right. I just want to understand the terms. Thank you.
And he kind of waddles off. He's a little bit shorter and a little more than waist high, more like chest level. He kind of bounces along as he walks. He's got a decent head bob to him, and he continues on.
I look at Gideon. I'm like, well, looks like we're both going to SARS then, huh?
Yep. Let's go.
I push the old man's feet over and I sit down on the dolly.
All right.
Gideon just kind of cocks his eyebrows. I'm like, what are you doing? You can walk, can't you?
You can pull, can't you?
Ooh, burn.
Get up.
It's a hollow dolly. It's not like you're gonna feel the extra weight.
Hollow? You mean hover?
It's a whatever dolly. It's fine.
Tobias sighs, stands up, and straightens the old man's feet back out, tucks the blanket over him, and he's like,
You pat him on the
Okay,
head too? Goodness.
I close the
give him a kiss on the
boarding
cheek.
ramp and put the passcode into the ship to lock it. We will secure proper security measures to make it, deterrent against theft or whatever. Put a club on the.
Boop, boop.
Yeah. Put a space club on the yoke.
Nice.
Just
Okay.
take the yoke with you.
Yeah. Just a bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, actually, and then Tobias goes, you know what? I gotta hit the refresher.
Gross. But thank you for saying, so we can continue along. I'm just loading up some images anyway.
I'll be right back on that queue.
Oh, well. Alright, copy. Stand by. We are experiencing biological difficulties. It's alright, I gotta get the screen set up for them anyway. Because they're going slightly in a different direction than I thought. The life of a GM. Okay, let me, I also don't have this set up for you guys, so we'll go ahead and switch you guys over.
Okay.
Alright, we're waiting for the same thing from the other player character. And which is fine, because like I was saying to the stream, I gotta kind of get you guys set up with the screen anyway, so you guys got a little bit of locale.
Okay. Oh, no, that's what I want. Ah. Yeah.
resize this sucker.
User in your channel timed out.
No. Who timed out? Tobias. What's going on, man? We might have had a little disconnect here, which is fine. We're dealing with a little bio break anyway, so we'll be okay. I'm sure I won't. I'm sure I'll be needing one soon enough. Whiskey goes right through you. Alright, we got a screen set up. We're good. We're ready to go. If we just get all our PCs back, we'll be set. Lost connection. Of course you did.
I have returned.
Nice, nice.
Oh, it's still out.
Yeah, well, he apparently is having some kind of internet issue.
Gone.
So I told him we're standing by for a second, because you guys are both going to the same location, so I can't just proceed
Right.
with one of you. Because then I'll have to say everything again.
Right.
Uh-huh. Back. Now he just needs to get into TeamSpeak, and we'll be right as rain, as it were.
User joined your channel.
Well, that was weird.
Very, but it's fine. It's fine. Everybody kind of came back around the same-ish time anyway. It's okay.
Good.
Alright, and I got your new screen set up. So you guys are heading down to SARS. He kind of pointed, while he was talking, he kind of pointed in a certain direction. You kind of head through. You make your way past, like, some nicer structures, definitely. Some, more of the merchants and everything, definitely kind of, like neon signs, and just, they look really inviting and really, like, I don't know, just like the place to be, right? But as you start going farther and farther into the facility, and you're kind of asking around for SARS, and people are just keep pointing you down the station, you get into a little bit more where you can tell people are on a little bit of a rougher time. But eventually you find yourself into this shop, and the storefront is kind of just filled with parts and everything, and you see this human female kind of tinkering with an old B1 droid, and she's like, if I could, you can kind of overhear just being like, if I could just get him to stop saying Roger, life would be so much better.
Tobias kind of smiles at her and heads over. He's like, yeah, really annoying. Sorry. I'm really not going to play him like that.
Great. Awesome.
Well, if it's his style, it's his style.
Hey, that's true.
Well, no, he's smoother than that.
Isn't that? Well, that's
Yeah.
if you fail your charm check.
That's when you just roll the dice and you just go, he's smoother than I could ever be, so let the dice speak for themselves.
Yeah, probably not. I mean,
But
Me.
knowing what your actual role is, I
I
wouldn't
think
count on it.
Tobias thinks he's a lot smoother than he actually is, because that's his.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
He is a hotshot co-pilot, but he
Co-pilot?
is definitely.
I think you're getting into X-Wing miniatures carts.
You're right. I am. I am.
Nice.
That's co-pilot.
And you gotta spend a focus after I roll this charm check.
This is my inspiring recruit buddy. He keeps me happy, takes away my strain.
So yeah, she's kind of turned away from you guys working on this droid.
Todd.
Don't be that guy, Todd. Don't be that guy. See, I was trying to like keep you guys together, but now I'm like, man, if you guys would have been split
User
up,
in your
maybe we
channel
could've
timed out.
do
User entered your channel.
What the heck? Oh,
something.
can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, it's like it keeps kicking me out and stuff, and I don't know what's going on now.
You should send a strongly worded letter.
Good, but I won't.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, no, he goes in and he looks at her and he's like, hey, yeah, the little creature is right, not bad to look at. So he kind of walks over there and he smiles and he's like, hey, he's like, how's it going? What you working on?
She kind of turns her head and looks at you, and she's just like, this old piece of junk. Just trying to see what parts I can scavenge out of it. But in the meantime,
add
all
it.
it says is Roger, Roger, and I can't stand it anymore.
Well, there's an easy way to just smash it over the head. There you go. No more Roger Roger.
Yeah, but then I lose the nice Vox box that this thing has, and I can't part with that. That's good money there.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, these things are a pain in the ass. It gets so annoying.
Gideon wheels the cart over to mess up the ambiance that they got going on.
And
Hey,
for a second, Tobias
hey.
is like, he looks over and he's
Gideon's
like,
just like, hey, hey,
oh,
yeah.
oh,
Hey.
right, dead guy.
help. Meeker says you're the one to look for, I guess, in regards to medical situations, even though you're not a doctor.
She rolls her eyes, just, oh, why does he keep doing this? It does not increase any revenue at all. I helped him one time, he was hurt, and I was the only one around. I was able to stop the bleeding, and he thinks I'm some kind of miracle worker. He even gave me this back to tank the boot, like, I don't know. At least all I gotta do is shove people in it when he directs people my way, but this is not my forte.
Okay.
He looks in bad shape, though. If you need to get him in, let's go. I'll help you haul him over.
Okay, thank you.
Between the couple of you, you guys managed to get the guy submerged and everything, down to the little diaper that they gotta wear. She's like, well, I might not be a doctor, but this stuff isn't cheap. It's a bad part of the job, but I gotta ask how you're gonna be paying for this.
Well, is there something we can do for you to kind of give you in trade? Maybe a job, maybe an item.
I don't have any jobs. I mean, unless you guys are really good with mechanics or something, you guys can give me a hand with some of these parts I gotta scavenge out of these different consoles and droids that I got. But otherwise,
Is it too late to spend my experience points?
What's the tab? What are we looking at for damages here?
well, he's fairly extensive. I can't tell you how long he's gonna be under, but it's probably gonna be. Probably 200 credits an hour. It's good treatment, but it does take some time.
Well,
I
I hope
gotta
this guy's
to make sure that nothing happens.
okay.
Guy's
Well,
rich.
As much work as I need to do.
well, I'll give you my comlink frequency. We'll see if we can try to figure out what we can do to pay you. Just hail us when he comes to, and here's hoping this guy's loaded. He can pay for himself, because we don't know who he is. He was just on the ship that we were on, cargo ship, and some stuff went bad. I can't leave. It's not my nature to leave somebody in need of medical attention down and out. It's happened to me before, and I've been helped, so I like to pass it on.
Well, this is getting better and better. Well, do you have some kind of collateral that I can have just in the meantime, or?
Oh wait. Yeah. Do we have collateral? Do you have
Captain.
collateral? Yeah,
Sounds like the
Captain.
person that needs to have collateral.
Oh, Captain. My Captain.
Well, how about I just hang out with you in the meantime? I'll use myself as collateral. That way, it doesn't look like we're trying to skip out on you. And Tobias, you can go look for work.
As you wish, Captain.
Well, whenever you find a job, you might as well take him with you, because the credits are more important than just having somebody stand by.
Okay.
I think he's offering to
hang on
become an
just a second,
indentured
guys.
servant.
Alright, back.
I think he's offering to become an indentured servant if this guy in the tank can't pay. Is what it seems to me. I mean,
An
Pretty
indentured servant who owns a light cargo freighter.
How do you plan on doing any jobs without him there, Tobias?
I don't suppose you gave the passcode to the pilot, huh?
She's like, man, just go down to Drifter's Edge, find your guys some jobs, get some cash, and
Okay.
come back.
I give you my word. My word is my bond. We won't skip out, and you will make it right.
Oh.
Yeah, well, if you can't tell, Meeker's pretty fond of me, so if there's gonna be a problem, it'll be with him.
Okay. There won't be an issue,
Wow.
so we have nothing to worry about. Thanks. Appreciate your help.
Bice's just kind of been leaning on the counter this whole time, and as Gideon goes to leave, he just is kind of hanging out. Doesn't follow him.
Gideon just kind of grabs Tobias by the collar of his shirt and it's like,
Slaps his hand
You
away
can-
again.
you can drool fiercely, like you can't slap. Like, you can drool somewhere else. Let's go.
No, I slap his hand.
Are we
on.
making a combat roll?
I think so.
Do it.
As he grabs me, and he's like, as you recall, we have other business we also need besides finding a job, because it
Okay.
ain't gonna do us a damn bit of good to find a job if the ship falls apart in the hyperspace.
Well, as you can. Okay. Well,
And Sarah looks
prerogative,
over
pilot.
and she goes, now that sounds like something I'm good at.
I thought as much.
all
And
right.
smiled at her. He's like, I thought as much. It's like something
Well,
you'd be interested in.
Call
got
me
a
if you.
pretty unique sheep. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Unique sheep.
So I got a
Unique sheep.
a pretty
Got some purple wool.
pretty nice, pretty. Yeah, a ship. I got a ship you don't see too often.
You've got a ship.
Well, we have a ship. Yes, he doesn't know the status of
I'm-
our arrangement.
I'm just mentioning in case somebody else wants to say something.
No,
No,
I left.
he's gone.
I left to
Yeah,
go look
he
for
waited.
She
Word.
goes, well, I'm only committing to one job until I see some money on the table.
I have a swoop bike. If you're looking for collateral and possible payment to fix the ship up.
It
Pretty
might
good
do as
condition.
collateral. We'll see what it is.
it's in pretty good condition.
Says who? You handy with a wrench?
That's me. I'm decent. I'm not. Well, I'm not. You don't expect me to rebuild the transmission of the swoop bike, but I can maintain it pretty well.
Well, right now it's just words, and I've got a guy floating a pool of goo, so...
Not my guy.
Walks. Bullshit walks.
Are you gonna come check out the ship or what?
I've got to stay here with this guy. I'm not gonna leave some...
He's not going anywhere. He's in a pile of goo.
You're such a dirtbag.
I mean, seriously. Where's he gonna go?
Where's he gonna go? Well, he could go into cardiac arrest, need some sort of treatment, intervention, I'm not a doctor.
I
Potato.
I don't know how to stitch you up, but I can at least run this thing, and I need to be here in case something goes haywire.
He just settles in on the counter, I guess, to wait.
We can take him back out again if you guys aren't looking for any money somewhere, because it doesn't sound like you have any.
We'll have to talk to the captain about that. I've got my swoop bike.
She looks over at Gideon.
I already left to go.
He left.
Oh, okay. You were going down to the...
That's why Drifter's Edge,
Okay.
or whatever it was called.
Although,
That's
like
why
I
I
said,
haven't said anything to stop his stupid rantings. Shove my fist in his pie
he's,
hole.
but
All right.
like I said, I think I'm decent with a wrench. If you need a little help while we're waiting, I wouldn't mind helping you fix a few things up. I could look for some pocket change.
She tosses you a little piece of computer equipment, and she's like, "Here." She's like, "I need the power circuit out of there."
Snatch it out of the air. Put it down. Pull my tool bag out of my own backpack.
Sorry. I might be dying. Okay.
Can you at least set the
cheesiness is
difficulty
killing
first?
the GM there.
I'm getting
Never
the
thought.
difficulty in there.
Your lack of impressiveness.
Come on, really?
Yep. Just because you're trying to flirt. She's like, "Go ahead."
All right. All right.
Hey, wait.
An
That didn't
upgrade.
that didn't upgrade. Hang on.
Not my problem. Not my problem.
We're rolling one challenge. 2 failures. Washed out.
Oh, no, I would argue that that dice would be replaced by the end dice, in which case it would be 1 additional failure instead of 3 failures. You gotta at least give me that, since you didn't have the
Oh, I
upgrade.
see what you're saying. Okay.
So I succeeded by 1.
By 1. She's like, "Alright, maybe you can work off a little bit of this while your buddy finds something better."
Whoa, hey, whoa, no. If I'm gonna be working off anything, I'm working off the stuff that you're gonna have to pay to fix the ship. That guy
Got a
in the
guy
goo.
in a tub of goo here. I'm already
I don't
doing a
want the-
job.
You know what?
You're-
I kind of lean it closer.
you're
I'm like,
already
just between
in
you
debt.
and me. Just between you and me, we could take the guy out of the goo and just say he died in the tank, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
She rolls her eyes as we screen wipe over to Gideon.
How about you and me? We both get in the tank. It can be our milk. Nobody's got to know about it.
No milk will ever be our milk.
How about you, Shy Bunch? You want some of this milk?
Rather have a beer.
All right. So So Gideon,
I know I
you're heading
liked you.
back over to the cantinas area, the merchants area. A little bit nicer over there. Um, and you head on into the Drifter's Edge. As you head inside, there's dancers up in. There's just people all over in mass, like drinking and just having a great time. Um, but you can tell there's like one section off to the side that's like quieter than the rest. It seems like it's kind of more all business. Um, and But other than that, nobody really like. There's no bouncer at the door or anything. It kind of seems like if you're able to get on the Crooked, then you should be here.
Okay, so I go to the business area. Not really too interested in the glitz and the glam.
Okay, so you head over there. So you can kind of see people like hitting these computer screens like as fast as they see something pop up, they're just hitting them. Um, uh, you can kind of look and see that it seems to be that they're just waiting for jobs and things to pop up, and they're kind of trying to be the first person to accept.
Hmm. Awesome. Okay, I guess I'll try my luck and see what pops up on and which one of the screens.
Spin the wheel, Raggedy Man.
All right, so there is an open station. You walk up there and you go ahead and roll your computer check to see if you can get to anything first.
All right. Go. Absolutely
Um,
nothing.
Yeah, it's a wash. So you're sitting there hitting the screen a few times, and you're starting to get it, like how things work. Um, like names of jobs are just popping up, but not necessarily like you're trying to like read through them. But before you can read through them, they get accepted. So you kind of just gotta now that you kind of got a little bit more understanding. We'll give you a little bit of a boost die here, and you see what it is. You kind of just got to read the heading and just see whatever you can snatch first. That sounds like something that you're able to do.
All right, I added the boost. Roll again.
Yep, good. Whew.
Bow.
All right, so 3 successes means 3 jobs come up. One says uh, da, 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 wanted alive. The other one says big money for collection of survey data. And the next one you can get to first says alert, 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 alert in all caps, and there's like asterisks between each alert.
Which one pays the most?
At the what you figured out is the speed that you've got to hit things. Um, you can't look too much into them, especially with a couple threat. Like if you had a couple advantage, I might let you look at one of them and get a quick skim. But with a couple threat, you're just able to just see the highlight, the first
I'll take
sentence
the
of.
alert one then. That sounds more
Okay.
pertinent. Hopefully it's not some Nigerian prince.
Yeah. All right. So let me see how I pass these handouts.
You have
Employer's
relatives on
Journal.
Tatooine. We need money.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna
No.
go ahead and put all these in your journal real quick, and you can go ahead and, since you're the one picking the job that you're gonna do.
Oh, Captain, what have you gotten us
They're
into?
all in your journal area.
Okay, so I got all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So bounty.
Meanwhile, Tobias is just kind of tinkering with stuff and trying to put things together.
And then put things together.
Got it. Got it. I'm gonna have to switch over to water because it's starting to get a little too hot.
Hey, sadly, this is all I've had.
All right. Just so your character
go.
knows, there's only so far I'm going down the dark path.
Just never mind. I'm not even gonna say that because I forgot we're streaming. I go and I knock
Alright.
on the tank. I knock on the tank and I'm like, "Hey, old man, wake up."
All right, so you've found a job, the one
Yep.
that you want to accept. All right, so you are gonna head back down and grab your
Can I
buddy.
accept all 3 of them?
You can accept one. The speed of what you've got to do things and the amount of people, like, if you accept more than one, you're only gonna have time for one anyway.
Gotcha. So I accept.
Unless
the
there's
bounty
something
then.
that's like larger.
It's not like an MMORPG quest where you pick
Right.
up like 30 jobs and hand them all anyway.
That's what I was thinking.
All right. So you go ahead and do you want to head back there to get him yourself? Do you want to just calm him? What are you gonna do?
I'll head back there because we're gonna need to link up at some point. And I want to check on the status of the dude.
Okay. All right. So you head back down to Sar's shop. And you see him there, and he's fiddling with wrench. It looks like he's actually doing okay. She seems impressed enough that she hasn't kicked him out. So
I
she
go
goes,
my way
she,
around the
she
hedge
sees you
standing.
come in anyway, and she's like, "Did you find something? Am I gonna get
Yeah.
paid for this?"
Yep, I got something lined up. I'm gonna just need to take care of it so we can. And I'll need
What's the
pilot
job?
of it. It's a bounty. Wanted alive. Some ratty looking Gungan.
You gonna show it? It uploaded when you accepted it. It went to your data pad.
Yeah.
Do
So
you want to show
I'm
him it,
gonna-
or you just
I'm
want to
gonna
tell him about it?
flip the data pad and show him.
Okay.
That to his handouts.
Todd, it is in
Ah.
your handout section. All right, so she's like, "All right, well, go get that creepo."
Oh
and,
God, are you freaking kidding me?
I know you would remember. It's a bit of an
What?
inside joke, Gil, but
Okay.
I'm hoping that he's gonna panic. All right.
So, I'll tell you. We'll discuss this offline.
All right.
20,000 credits. I couldn't
She's like,
refuse.
"All right, well, he's not gonna catch himself, guys."
All right.
Well,
Just,
here's the rub,
you got my comlink frequency. Just let me know when he's
Gideon.
comes to. Yep.
Oh, it will
What are-
be either when or after you come back with some cash.
Sounds good.
You realize that we have a half a ship, right? We get any
What?
kind of if we get into any kind of space ordeal, we're screwed.
Right. So we'll just have
Yep.
to.
Ship ain't in good shape.
Well, hopefully this guy's on the station and we won't have to fly around anywhere.
Well, all right. But we still have to take him to Nar Shaddaa, so we gotta fly somewhere.
Right.
All right.
Okay. So you guys have a
Nar
bounty.
Shaddaa.
Um,
Where's Nar Shaddaa? Does it say where Nar Shaddaa is?
where?
That space.
I
Is
mean,
it?
it's on the map. A lot of people know about it. It's not like it's really a hidden place.
Okay.
Isn't it the hub capital?
Yeah, it's kind of where they reside. So, we're after a bounty, offered by the Foundation, rewards 20,000. He's wanted for some lost investments. He's considered armed and dangerous. Approach with extreme caution. Do not kill him. Arrest and deliver for indentured servitude until his debt is repaid.
Right? Where's this bum at?
Do they have any information of where his last known location was?
What you have is what was in the job description. After you've accepted, though, some more information kind of comes in just a little bit. As says that he was last known to be hunting on the planet of Muro. He was trying to catch some Nexu for a job that they wanted. The Foundation is like this place that's kind of like big on like hunters' trophies, things like that. They
Like a Gundark?
something like that. Or anything large. They're just into. They're like a guild of like hunters, I guess. Not bounty hunters, just hunters.
Gotcha.
Big game hunters.
Well,
Muro
did
happens
it
to
come
be
over
the
with-
planet you guys are orbiting in the station.
Okay.
Have to go very far then.
Good, because I don't think the ship can make it.
Well,
Well,
let's
yes. Okay.
let's go. Let's see if we can get some more information about where this guy's stomping grounds are.
So we know that he was hunting Nexu, right?
Right.
So I guess my suggestion would be to do some research on the planet to see if there is a place where Nexu hang out at. Like there's a section of the world where it's like, yeah, this is where the Nexu are.
Sure.
Okay. So you guys are gonna ask around or what?
There's no like Google.
Can I get on Space Google?
I'd like to ask Jeeves.
What does Space Jeeves have to say about all this?
If not, I'm gonna go back to the Drifter's Edge or whatever and see if I can ask around.
My recommendation would be: does the Foundation have a presence on the ship?
No.
Seems like too prestigious of an organization to be on this kind of setup.
Do they have a presence on the planet?
No.
Sounds worth a shot.
All
Yeah,
right.
all right. I say we just go ask around and see if we can get more information about the planet. Or
Maybe
I guess
Jace might know if I can comm link him in the middle of what he's doing. Ask him.
Jace does not answer. He's not here.
Okay. To
is-
the cantina.
Well, is there? You said we can find pretty much anything we need on the ship. So, is there a place that might help arrange this sort of thing if somebody were
Like
to
a poaching
go hunting?
section.
Right. Like a
Poaching
hunter.
section. Can I go to the poaching district,
like a travel
please?
agent, like a travel agent.
There's not quite a poaching place, but I mean, you could just ask around in general. Like some
Yeah.
people just go visit PlanetSide wherever they're at. Some people, might just stay aboard the ship the whole time. Like there's different kinds of people anywhere.
All right. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
I'm certain there's something we could work out as far as checks.
I just follow. Excuse me. Following the step next to Gideon.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask around.
Okay.
See if anybody, either the cantina or wherever.
All right.
Um,
Streetwise, might be a way to go. You might even have just some general knowledge if you're knowledgeable about either lore, the Outer Rim, just
Nope.
general education, xenology.
Nope.
Um,
I can roll Xenology if you want me to.
I'm just trying to come up with some different things that might be connected to this kind of query.
Gideon's more the soldier type. He's not very knowledgeable, and the average bear.
He's not smart. He just shoots things
Is this
and hits things with his
Outer Rim?
Diak.
Is
You
this the
have
core
any?
world or Outer Rim?
No, you
I don't
guys are
have
out
any-
on the rim.
I don't have any this particular training, but I mean, he went to school.
Good enough.
Um, if nothing else, or maybe even excuse me, a xenology check to see if he learned about Nexu and what type of climate they like to live in. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna talk to people who seem that they might know something about it,
Okay. While he does that,
or ask around to see if anybody knows anything about it, or who they can point me to.
Okay.
while he does that, I'm gonna see if I can recall anything about Nexu. That's that.
Yeah, difficulty set. Oh, I thought
Sorry about
it
that.
was. Isn't this the dice pool thing?
Did you click off of it?
Yeah, I was on a completely different window. Man, I got so much crap open.
I try again.
I'm gonna shut all that stuff down. Just add 2 purple for me for right now, and then or just roll 2 purple for that matter. There we go. Oh, complete wash.
You know what? I was out riding my swoop bike that day in school. Yeah.
Played a little hooky. It's fine. A lot of kids
Went to
did
the
it.
skate park.
Can't say every kid, because I never played hooky. I gotta say, I was a good kid growing up.
You want me to call you out or no? Weren't you homeschooled for a little while?
Like, can you play hooky from homeschool?
That was
I
the
mean,
joke.
yeah. All right. So Gideon does a little streetwise. Tries to ask around town. Is that what he's going with?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Let's do it. Add 2 purple. Oh, never mind.
I'll roll those independently then.
Well, you ended up with something at least. It was a threat, but then you're asking around. Hey, looking for some Nexu, man. You just have some guy just like spit at you like, what are you, some kind of poacher? Despicable
Nexus are
trade,
no
if you ask
good.
me.
How
Like
dare
it's not like telling of
Right.
the station, but you ran across that one guy who's just peeved about it. Leave them animals alone.
Okay, sorry. Sure I asked.
Alright. So you can't find anything about Nexu, apparently.
This guy seems to know something about it though. Let me
Yes.
see if I can try to convince him that I'm not out looking for Nexu, but looking to stop somebody who's poaching. Maybe charm him.
Trying to turn a threat that I randomly made up in my mind 2 seconds ago into an advantage. I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Well, it gives me an opportunity to make another roll. That's all I'm saying.
True enough.
Ended on a setback, Jeff.
Okay, what's the difficulty? You want
Yeah,
want me to set it?
Yeah, because I'm on the screen where it shows me click around, and I closed all my dice windows because I
you
figured
want me to
I'd
throw a
probably
setback
just...
in there for the threat?
Yeah, why
So
not?
2
Just
difficulty,
because
1
it was not intended for this purpose.
Right, right.
Trying to work me over.
Hey, you gave me information. I'm rolling with it. So 1 setback, 2 difficulty, and a charm roll. Coming right up. Damn.
And he asks me like, so you know about this kind of stuff? And he's just like, yeah, it's despicable. Those cute little animals getting all shot in the face. I can't believe you guys would just leave them alone and let them be. But he got two advantage out of it. He's like, you're just as good as that no good slimy polo that came back from there, Murrow, not too long ago. Over at the, I think he's still at his ship, actually. He doesn't even have the decency to show his face. That's your advantage.
Well, thank you for the information. Well, I'm sorry, sir. Let me not upset you anymore. I'm out of here. I go back to Tobias and say, well, found some information. I think he's at his ship. We just need to figure out. We just need to figure that out. So maybe you can help me.
Sure. I look at SARS and I'm like, hey, you
Well, we'd have to go back to SAR. We're at the cantina.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Is there like a registry of ships?
I mean, it wouldn't be public. I mean,
Right.
the like personnel of the station probably have access to something like that, but I mean, it wouldn't just be something they would blurt out to everybody.
Right. So
Hey,
maybe
did
we
you
can
know
go back to the.
Boba Fett's right over there?
No, I was like, all right, go talk to the mechanic. Maybe she worked on a ship.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead to the hangars, docking bays, whatnot, and see if I can talk to some of the crew there, and some of them can shed some light on this.
Okay.
Let me know.
So-
Let me know what you find out.
Yep. So
Splitting up.
I go back into SARS' place.
Divide and
I'm like,
conquer.
so, do you know where Polo's ship is, by chance?
It's like, who's that?
Didn't
Why would
didn't
I
she
know?
not? Did she not see the job stuff? Or maybe not.
Nobody showed it to her. No.
Well, good point. I'm like, so, you want to get paid, right? And we're trying to track down this bum, this Gungan named Polo. I don't suppose you happen to do any work for him on his ship.
I haven't done work on a ship for a while. I've just been monkeying around with these droids. I could actually get back on a ship. Be kind of nice.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help. Well, see you soon. Good luck with your droids. I'm out of
Okay.
ideas. For the shot.
So, back to the hangar bay, docking bays. See if I can find somebody in a uniform that runs maintenance or might have some knowledge.
Okay.
Did Meeker tell us where is?
Where
Did he-
Meeker can be
Where
found?
his office? Where her? Yeah.
I mean, he kind of told you to like give him a heads up, but no, he didn't really tell you like where or
Alright.
anything. He was more just like, yeah, just give me a holler, you know, just kind of, like any businessman would kind of do. Just be like, yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
approachable, but not going to give you
Don't
like
approach me.
my phone number. Or anything.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Okay. Proceed, Gideon.
All right, so Gideon's searching down at the docking bays or anything. Kind of just wandering around. Are you asking people, or are you just kind of checking out ships? Are you
I'm just gonna grab some random maintenance worker and someone who looks like he knows what he's doing and talk to him.
Okay. So you find this what are we gonna make him? Let's make him what are those slug guys? Ithorians. Little slug guy.
Okay.
He's like, can I help you? They talk kind of slow.
I'm looking for an old friend of mine. His name's Polo. I was wondering if you knew where he was docked. I'd like to talk to him.
Polo, He's not one of my crew. I don't know if I've seen him or not.
Do you have any idea where the ship? Do you have any access to the registry? Maybe you can check for me.
I mean, I do. I'm not supposed to be putting that out there. It's sometimes considered sensitive information.
Well, I'm an old friend, and I'm sure he'd really appreciate seeing me again.
If you're trying to charm, we're waiting on that roll.
Okay, let's roll.
I got a different screen up so I can actually start clicking around a little bit. There we go. There's dice pool. You do have a destiny point. Just pointing that out.
You've already set my difficulty then?
Difficulty should be there this time.
Did I still have that
Well,
setback?
I don't know what the setback was in there for. I think you added it
because
for
it's my
some...
dice pool.
Yeah,
Still my
it's
dice.
in yours
Yeah.
somewhere. But even canceling that out, that's you were definitely successful. You charmed his pants off, man. I mean, he's like, well, you know what? I could find that out. Let me see. It's always nice to see old friends. And then he goes to the registry and
I added all.
it's right behind us, and I'm gonna spend all that threat, and he's gonna be like, "Let me open the door for
Well,
you."
There's
And there's a
there's only
gun standing on the other side.
three. Well, there's maybe 3 threat at the most because I did add the.
No, the setback is just a black or
No,
a
I mean
failure.
the I had 2.
Oh, you
difficulty
had
and
2
1 setback.
additional.
Yeah.
Oh. I had the difficulty set, and then you had the difficulty set.
Yeah, from the last roll, I forgot to grab my dice pool.
Roger, that makes a little more sense. But I kind of like where we ended up anyway. So 3 threat.
Yeah, that's.
He opens the door, and there's a Gungan standing on the other side.
I like Tobias.
And he
I
says,
do a quick look at where I'm at.
"Polo." He kind of waves at the guy. Your old friends here.
I look at where I'm at, and I quickly say, Tobias, hangar 6B, whatever. Come quick. I'm like, hey, Polo, what's up?
Was there an extreme amount of urgency in his voice when he said "come quick," or was it just like, "Hey, come quick," like a "Hey, I got something to show you" type of thing?
What do you think come quick means? Does that not urgent enough for you?
No, it was.
Come quick.
Do you realize
how
he
quick
is
would
in
you
there
want?
with a human female that he is apparently into?
Apparently.
All right, fine. I start running. We'll metagame this, and I start running.
Uh,
I mean, you kind of knew what I was running into, right? I said I'm gonna go look for information, and I'm like, hangar 6B, come quick.
True. All right, fine. I run.
Interpret that as you will.
I run.
Sure, Tobias is a little bit more common sense than that, being a military guy.
Like the wind.
Okay.
like the wind. Alright, so in the meantime, while we're waiting for
Hey!
Tobias to show up,
Polo, don't you remember me?
he looks at you and... I think Yayusa got a problem. I don't know you. You can...
Remember I had that gun dark that you wanted, right?
Misa, no, go after Gundarks. They rip your arms out of your sockets. I only go after slow, large things. Misa thinking that you don't have the wrong guy.
Nah, I don't think so. I kind of walk up my hands. Nah, I don't think so. I totally remember you from what was that planet we were on again? I can't remember where the Gundark was.
I haven't been on for off station for some time. Uh, so
I,
let's let's do a some kind of let's do a deception check to see if you can buy yourself enough time for Tobias to get there from all this
Okay.
talking.
For a boost
This-
die, say that we have a common friend that's a Kamasi. I'll know what it means. Sorry, no, go ahead.
You don't know that, or I don't know that.
That's an inside joke.
Okay, difficulty set.
I believe it should be set, sir.
Remove your
no, it's
difficulty.
I did.
Okay.
I just have to
Yeah,
roll.
What is his? It's charm versus discipline. What's his discipline? 2 green, so just 2 purple. Rolling it. Alright, we're canceled out with a little bit of threat, so he goes, I think you's not my friend, and I think you's maybe enemy. And he starts to draw. So go
Initiative?
ahead and roll initiative. It'll be a cool check. Because you were kind of expecting something to happen once everything got going.
Tobias there yet?
Well, Tobias is going
No,
to miss the first round, but he'll come
Okay.
in
Right.
after, at the bottom of the barrel. But you do get the drop on him. He doesn't get to draw first. As you see him reaching for his weapon, you go ahead and. All right, I'm assuming.
Yep. What range is he in? I was trying to close the gap with my arms open so I could get within engage range.
Yeah, I didn't.
Or at least within short range so I can close the gap with one maneuver.
Yeah. He's gonna be in medium, but I've got to find his token because apparently it didn't get thrown up on here. So, he'll be in medium for now. Let me go over to the combat screen. So, and then when after this round, when Tobias gets here, it'll be PC, NPC, PC slots. So yeah, it'll be your turn first. He's at medium range as I try to get his stuff going. His token up.
Token up.
So what do you want to do? You-
Am I fully recovered from our last encounter? It's been a little while.
Well,
How does that work?
how medicine stuff kind of works is you kind of either have to seek out treatment or stim packs. Like, things do naturally heal, but not super quickly, so you've probably only recovered like 1 wound on your own without any like additional treatment.
Well, poop.
And then
I forgot it.
did you guys use all your stim packs?
Yeah, I threw one on Jace.
Yeah, I bought. Hold on, because I actually have. I have 4 with me.
Okay.
No, 5. 5 including the one that Gideon gave Tobias.
Can you scratch one off? Say you healed me earlier?
Well, and this is
When-
why it's important. How long did it take to get here, Jeff?
It was it was like I don't know, a few hours. It
Oh,
was not a day.
All right.
That's why I'm saying he probably got 1 to wound back on his own.
Well, right. I'm just asking because stim packs you get
Yeah,
the
so
full
it'll
every
be
24 hours.
4 instead of 5.
Take it.
Because you guys were almost there when you guys jumped out of
Okay.
hyperspace.
All right. So,
So I assume that we're going to flashback here, and I would have given
Okay.
him a stim pack.
All right.
Okay, so
If I needed,
he's healed for 4.
if I
Totally
need to, I
forgot
would
about
have.
that.
If I need to, I would have passed up another one to heal him for another 3.
That's fine. I'll be at 10. I should be good. All right. So,
Nope.
for my maneuver, or for my incidental, I'm gonna use quick draw to draw my pistol, obviously. For my maneuver, I'm gonna try to close the gap and take additional strain to take an additional maneuver to get within engage range, so I can use the stun setting on my pistol to shoot him. Him alive.
Stun should be. The range on the stun shouldn't affect anything, right?
No, but you have to be engage range to use a stun setting on your blaster. Right?
Oh, I don't think so.
Pretty sure if I remember the
Because
rules correctly.
engage means you're like in melee range.
Right. Stun typically really close.
Looking for it.
I mean,
Stun.
maybe
A
short
weapon with
range?
stun causes strain to the target. When the stun quality is activated, it inflicts strain equal to the weapon's stun rating. So, you're basically trying to outdo his strain threshold rather than his wound threshold.
Right.
And it doesn't say anything about
I
range
read
for
that
stun.
somewhere in the rules. Find it.
I mean, it makes sense that you
User in
might
your
have to be a
channel
little
timed
bit
out.
closer. Oh, wait. When weapons with a stun setting are used to deal stun damage, their range changes to short and cannot be increased. That's what it was.
Okay, so I don't
So,
have
yeah.
to take the... Okay, so I can just get within short range.
Yes, so you can just do one
Sweet.
maneuver.
One maneuver, so I don't have to suffer that strain. Okay. I'm gonna just get within short range and stun setting on my pistol.
Alright, go for it. Oh wait, it's gonna be 1
Difficulty
purple.
1. Yay!
Yeah, some difficulty that's pretty low for once. Yay!
Okay. Stun setting, go. Pew pew pew. Oh no. That's
So
terrible.
you get the draw on him as he starts to figure you out and know that you're not his buddy. But as you go to quick draw it, man, you just let off that quick fire burst and it's just wild out of there. It's not even close. And Polo looks at you and he goes, I knew it. He turns and fires his own.
Okay. I'm gonna take a dodge.
You gotta-
Do dodge to upgrade his difficulty and suffer strain. Combat ability.
And he
Dodge.
suffering strain to do a dodge, which does
So
adds a setback. Is that it?
it upgrades one of his die,
Oh, okay.
one of his difficulties to a red.
Oh, hang on, syncing this because it got off somewhere. Okay, and my GM pool. He's also going to be in short range. Adds a setback for the dodge.
That's not a setback. It's
Oh, it's an upgrade. Upgrade.
an upgrade.
Okay.
So this purple will be a red instead of a purple.
Okay. And right, he is going to. Oh, where did the button go? Oh, because it's down here on this window. Too many windows, man. Too many windows. There it is. There's the button. Alright, so he unslings his rifle and fires back at you. Oof. And he hits you with a couple advantage. He's going to spend those 2 and give you a strain. Or I think actually with 2 he can give you 2 strain, 1 per. So that's what he's gonna do. So 8's the damage, but I think your soak is 5.
Right.
Okay, so it's gonna be a hit of 3 for damage that goes through. And so he looks at your wild shot and brings up his rifle and fires and hits you in the shoulder, and you just but as you kind of turn with the hit, you can see Tobias running up, and now you both are here, even though he's not in the chat room or anything anymore. It's all right. I'm going to assume that he will be firing for the most part. So, first PC slot, I'll just remain as him until he gets back in here. Do you want it? Do you want him to take it?
I'll take it.
Okay. Buys him a little more time.
Yep.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna aim.
So you've kind of moved up on the door, so you can't necessarily get cover unless you want to back out of range a little bit. I'm gonna move him up into short just so we got a good sense of what's going on. There's not necessarily anything around you. His ship is behind him. There's like the mechanics and other crew members that are around, not his crew per se, but Meeker's crew that just kind of like tend to ships that as they dock and everything and make sure everything's kind of secured. They're kind of like, oh my goodness, people are firing, and they're kind of running around, but nobody's like jumping in the way or anything, so you don't have to worry about any of that. But yeah, covers a little bit away.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Can I self-restrain to aim twice?
You could.
So, twice.
Gives you dose boost die.
Setting again. Ooh.
Oh, I hadn't clicked off the upgrade
Oh.
that you had given the other guy yet. So let me see. That's just going to add a success, so it'll do 1 more damage than 6, or 2 more damage than it would have before. So 6 plus the successes, which is 1, and another one that failure should not have added, because the purples I don't think have a double failure. So you'll do 8. Plus 3 advantage. Anything you want to do with that?
What do criticals do with stuns? Activate a critical, right?
Well, the critical is just for the weapon itself. So I mean, you're still going to do a critical injury. I don't think there's not like a separate table for stun.
Okay, when
Crits.
dealing damage to a target, have the attack disable opponent or 1 piece of gear rather than dealing wounds or strain. Oh. I'm just gonna gain +1 range defense.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. Force the target to drop a melee range weapon he's wielding. I'm gonna force him to drop his pistol or his rifle.
Oh, knock it
There
out
we
of
go.
his hand. So
Yep.
you hit him right in his hands, and he's just and he, with the burning sensation, and everything, he drops. And he's like, you're not very nice.
Not my job to be nice, sucker.
Sucker. All right. Well, it's his turn next. He's gonna go ahead and spend that maneuver to pick up his rifle again, and he's gonna actually take some strain to back around the corner at medium range. So he's gonna not only back up from you, but he's gonna get around.
How much
the
strain
hangar
does he
doors?
have left if he takes more strain?
Not a
took him.
lot, but he's just
He-
trying to get away.
Yep. Sure.
So he gets around the corner, and then he's going to pop off a shot of his own.
Okay. I'm gonna take strain again to do a dodge incidental to upgrade his difficulty.
How much strain do you have left?
I have 7 left, sir.
Oh, all right. Never mind. You're doing okay.
Yep.
All right. He he kind of peeks around the corner and brings up his rifle for another shot. But it goes a little too wild. He's a little too far for how he's still kind of reeling from that injury. He does get an advantage, which he will spend to recover 1 of his strain. And it'll be Tobias's turn, and I think, in the spirit of
Okay.
his character, he's gonna shoot him. Not on a stun setting. I don't even
No,
know if he
no,
has a
no,
stun
no,
setting.
no. Wait, yeah, he should have a stun setting.
Does
should
he?
wait for him to boot up. He's booting up.
He's
Don't
he's,
just
he's been booting up for like 10 minutes. He'll be on. I've tried to
I'll be on it.
try to give him some lengthy explanations, so to give him some more time. But, you know,
There he is.
things happen.
Look at that. Look at that. Right on time.
User
Now,
joined your channel.
There he is.
Apparently, when I made my computer's check to play tonight, I got a bunch of threat on my roll,
Well,
and my Wi-Fi just decided to go. Nah. My router just decided to.
SAR's not going to be very
working.
impressed with that.
Well, no, hold on. It's a computer's check, not a mechanics check. Just saying.
Who's to say
By
that
the
she's not
way,
good at both? Anyways, it just actually became your slot, and I was having a discussion with Gideon as to whether you would shoot with a stun setting or not. And then the other question is, do you have a stun setting?
Yes, I do,
Okay.
and I know that he is wanted alive. So yes, I would, as
Okay.
a matter of fact.
Darn. I
Nice.
was trying to be like, Tobias would just shoot him in the face.
No, he might be rash, a little hot-headed, but he won't get paid.
True enough, true enough.
Hold on, give me a second. Let me get my character sheet popped back out. And I don't know if I put the stun setting in my combat sheet or.
Roll the same.
Yeah.
Just take damage and turn it into
Well, it's equal to your stun setting, right?
right. It's just you deal strain instead of wounds.
Right. I don't know what my I don't know what my stun setting is. I don't know.
It's the same thing. It's the same.
Is
It
it?
just converts your damage into
Well,
strain.
then why did it say equal to your stun set? Didn't it just say equal to your?
Read it
damn-
again.
Okay. No, it's if there's no like. Oh, whatever.
Alright, he is at medium range. He did get cover, so I'm throwing in a
Your stun is
setback.
short range, so you're gonna have to close the gap a little bit.
Stun
Right,
is
okay.
always short
Um,
range.
So is he looking at the door? Like, is he gonna see me come running in?
So basically, Cliff Notes version of what happened. I drew on him. I missed. He shot me. I shot him. He dropped his gun, picked it up, shot at me, and missed. So that's where we're at. And he ducked behind a door to get some cover.
Right. So, but is he gonna see me come running in, or is he looking like a different direction? like, am I
Well, I mean, you
gonna be
ran up with Gideon.
Well, I didn't know how they
Yeah.
were moving around or
No,
whatever.
not
So he's gonna
necessarily.
see
I
me.
mean, you kind of charged in, but I mean, it is your first initiative slot. So if you want to run up tactically or something, I could give you that.
Well, Because I actually want to try to get up behind him and just stick my gun to the back of his head.
But
Oh.
he's behind a door.
Well,
Wow.
you could try to run up and roll a stealth versus his perception.
Shoot him with a stun.
No, I don't
Almost
want
down. Drop him.
I'm not that interested in. I'm not that interested in it. So, but yes. So, as I come running right. So I come blasting in through the hangar bay, and I guess I see Gideon, who's I'm assuming been shot by real blasters instead of stun. I'm assuming Polo
Yes. Polo is not trying to take you alive.
Right.
Bull,
So
Bull has no interest in
do
us
I
alive.
do I get any kind of heads up as to what I'm like running into, or do I see like Gideon taking cover as I come running up?
I'm
Like,
not taking
by the
cover.
time you got there, he got shot, and he kind of in the shoulder and kind of spun around and sees you coming. But
So
other than that, I didn't really give much description on your arrival.
well, so I can basically at a glance assume that he found Polo and combat's breaking out.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So I guess I just come running up. I'm like, where is he? And I pull out my. So he's at medium range to me as I come running up.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna have to use a maneuver to pull my weapon, I guess. And can I get short range of him and take cover?
To like, I think you can only do 2 maneuvers, right? Because you're running up,
Right.
you're trying to move into short range, and then take cover, and then also shoot. Yeah.
Do I have to take
So the
cover?
docking bay doors, I mean, for ship docking bays, usually they're fairly large, in case
Right.
there's cargo that's got to be loaded, things like that. So that's why, like, I actually moved him back into medium range to get around into the doors to get cover from the doors.
Does it look
so-
like he's running away?
If you want
Or
to
is he-
close in, you're actually going to be entering the docking bay. There won't be really much cover going or long
Right,
unless
so-
you can find something.
So as I run up, I want to like, is it like he's gonna stand and fight, or is he trying to get away?
Right now, he just tried to take cover behind the doorway.
Okay, well I guess I'll pull out my pistol, flip to stun, and I'll stay at medium range, but I'll try to find some place to take cover.
Just
And
spend the strain, close the gap, and shoot him already. Jeez, you're
You
overcomplicating
got to
it.
be at short to shoot stun.
yeah,
Spend the strain.
So you
dude.
want to stay at medium?
no. All right,
I've
I'm
already
just-
been shot.
This
I'm taking all the
distance
damage
is
here.
his ally.
all right. Yeah, I'm just gonna run in there, guns blazing, and shoot the guy in the head with a blue ring of death.
A blue ring of death.
Blue ring of
Red
not
ring
so
of death, sir. Get your Xbox terminology right.
Ring of sleep.
Stun setting is in fact a blue ring there, sir.
I realize that.
Why do you have a
Alright.
setback and
Well, he's.
Why I have
It'll-
a setback.
Oh, it was It was set to medium range from before.
Oh.
I get wrapped up in some of this stuff, so we'll take away 2 of those threat, which means it's
So I actually
And
have
one
one
of those failures.
advantage.
and one
No,
of those failures? The
no.
setbacks for the off the cover, right?
Yeah.
So I
Right.
have one success, one advantage.
One
Nice.
success, one advantage. Anything for your advantage?
Make him suffer an
Um,
additional strain.
Yeah, actually, as I come running in there, he wasn't expecting a second person, so I come running in there and I'm like, I just charge in, not even stopping to think. I just blow right through the door and I pull out my thing and I'm just like, pew pew, shoot my stun setting, and he's off kilter, and
And he
yeah,
goes, well, my tongue, my tongue.
and then I switch my setting back over to kill.
No, Jar Jar, you're dead.
Okay, so anyway, right.
We're at the start of a new turn. Go ahead. It's a PC, NPC, PC. Who wants to go first?
I'll take first go again.
Now hold on, are you behind cover?
Nope.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm just hanging out in the middle of the open too. I'm just like, yeah, what's up? But if you're not behind anything either, then you can take it.
Nope. I sure ain't. How is he looking? Besides having a numb tongue.
I mean, he's not hurt. I mean, I don't know how you would look like if you're getting stunned,
Looking
but you're not like
sleepy.
down yet.
Are you sleepy? There's pupils dilating, like.
I mean, you guys wouldn't look any different per se if you guys were
Right.
at getting upper echelon of your
Okay.
strain threshold. So
He looks a little extra stressed
just-
out.
Gonna
his
try
his
to.
hair turned gray magically.
I'm gonna use a maneuver to blow past him, like into the doorway, so it's behind him.
I forgot I could aim as an incidental at short range.
And why is that?
I have a sight on my gun.
Okay, cool.
Oh, wait though.
So basically,
I have
trying to get in the doorway with him, so he doesn't have cover from me.
Okay.
What's the
You
boost
go
die
do
for?
don't know.
That's a good question. I didn't give it to you.
I don't have a boost die in my pool.
Luckily, it was blank.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I have an accurate 1. My gun is
Your
accurate
weapon?
1.
Okay.
Move on. Move along.
That would explain it.
And then I'm going to stun him. Some more.
More. All right. He's
And-
gonna make that a little bit harder.
I was gonna make it a little bit easier, but sure.
Well, you can still do so. All right. So hit that little upgrade button under your green die there. And whenever you're ready, pull that trigger. At any point.
There we go. You. Whole lot of advantage.
Pew into the wall. 4 advantage, though. That's significant. What would you like to do with 4 advantage? We are in like a hangar bay area, so you could be maybe, like a little gonk power unit that emits electricity and things, starts walking past.
That's a great idea.
gonk, gonk.
Stun the gonk and have him. I don't know.
Might be a little bit easier to hit because it's slow moving. Might have a boost die associated with that.
Is there anything above him?
Above him, I mean, you got 4 advantage. If you want to spend it on something else, you could.
Like maybe
A
a
chandelier.
cargo crane and it drops something on his head.
We need him alive.
Nothing too big. Just
A net.
big enough
It
to.
drops a net on him.
Yes. And a bunch of
Alright.
Ewoks come out of the woodwork to club him.
You can discover something very useful for 4 advantage if you want to, and then Todd might be able to use that to his advantage.
Sure.
Like a cargo net up there.
You could pass him a boost die if you want to go real simple.
That's 4 advantage.
I know.
Pass him a boost die with 1 advantage.
Well, you can spend the other 3 on something.
Yeah, you can
Oh.
mix and match. You could. Let's think.
Like I said, I'm thinking like a cargo net or something like above him would be pretty handy.
You
I'll
can
make him
have
drop
influence
his
on
gun.
the scenery,
I'll make him drop his gun again. And then,
which is 3, right?
yeah, 3, and then give Todd a boost.
Oh, gosh, I need a gun to can't feel my head. And he starts running towards the ship. He's like, I'm not fighting anymore. I'm just booking it. And so he uses all his movement to just start sprinting towards the ship. So he's gonna not get into extreme, but he'll start getting into medium again, but with kind of some cover from the ship as he's starting to run up the ramp.
Oh, I view the range bands. Still on
Huh?
the canteen
Oh.
screen.
That's right. It used to be that you guys could move yourselves into different screens on Roll20. So I haven't gotten used to that. I have to move you guys around. You guys used to be able to move from screen to screen, and that's why I had to like hide all the screens and reveal them as need be. All right,
Okay,
so
well.
that's his turn. Is he just starts running, and he starts dodging, which adds a setback to you, Toad.
No, I use both of my maneuvers, and I run up on him,
Okay.
and I just try to monkey tackle him. He goes taking off, and I just go running like I'm right behind him, and I just like frickin' like
All right.
not
jump.
armed
Just
anymore,
try to jump
so-
on his back. All right. Well, melee
Yeah,
versus
brawl.
melee is
Brawl.
going to be 2 difficulty plus setback, and go ahead and roll that brawl check. But you know what? That's entertaining. I'll give you a boost for that.
And
Well,
then
he's
I get
also
my
got a boost from me too.
And you got a
Mhm.
boost from Gideon.
hold on.
That's
I gotta get back to the right screen to roll that because I don't have an actual brawl check under my combat skills. Believe it or not,
I mean, you
I
should just
do.
have it on there.
I
Always-
will.
I always have it just in case.
No, as we're getting towards the end of the session, I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade that sucker.
All right. Well,
I'll take it
I
back.
got you.
now where's that?
I sure hope he doesn't have some kind of bladed weapon on his person if you don't get him.
Oh.
So you go for the tackle and you fall at the bottom of the ramp, and as he's starting to go up, you're just not quite fast
And-
enough.
No. I would argue with for advantage that I don't tackle him, but I definitely, as he's running up, I like smack his ankle and he like falls and like slides in and on his face and like
Okay, so he
like
goes
slides
prone.
into the ramp and smacks his head. So he goes prone, and then with the rest of the advantage, I would say like take some extra strain because, as like I said, as he falls and he like smacks his face on the ramp.
Okay, I can see that. Sure. And you could tell he's just like he's pretty woozy at this point. He's oh Misha, God, yeah. All
Alright.
right, we're back at a new round.
Okay.
And
Gonna run up to his prone body and kick him in the head.
All right, so you got to take some strain to get there.
Well, I get one maneuver and then some strain.
oh right, I forgot to take a strain.
There's some strain right there, and
Wait, it's 2 strain for an extra maneuver, right?
yep. I'm gonna convert that
Ooh.
and roll my brawl.
So you're going for the big old soccer kick to the face, huh?
Sure am. What's the difficulty? Oh, he's prone, so the difficulty is gonna be 1, right?
You get a boost die for melee checks if he's prone.
That's what it is. Boost time. I'll
All
add
right,
that
we're
in.
set to go.
Um,
Oh, he was still upgraded. I guess I'll use. Hang on, let me use one of these dark side just so you guys get one back because it was still upgraded from last time. But that's fine. I'll upgrade it.
Punted
It didn't matter anyway.
Punted him in the head.
You just run
Like
up and just
You like the name of my brawl weapon?
fisticuffs. I can just. Hmm.
bully.
You just run up and just crack. Just boot to the face. Does your boot have a stun setting?
All
all right.
brawl are strain damage.
All brawl is strain damage?
Yeah, it's strain damage. Yeah.
How does that work? I'm pretty sure you can deal wounds with brawling.
You have a weapon like knuckles, brass knuckles or something.
Interesting.
Yeah, according to the rules, all brawl checks are strain.
That is odd to me, but okay.
No, it makes
Okay.
sense. I mean, unless you're Bruce Lee, you're probably not going to kill somebody by punching them.
Well, but
Unless you
running out
knock
of
them
wounds
unconscious
doesn't
and
kill
start
somebody, right? So like
pummeling.
what I
Well,
would think of as a wound compared to strain. Strain is more mental to me.
That's true,
But if
but
the,
I,
that's
I I think strain is just your system, your like your limits, exhaustion wise.
Mhm.
Like
because wounds you still injure, like bleed and like need to go to the hospital. Whereas strain, it's like you hit somebody over the head, they wake up with a massive headache and a boot print in the side of their face. Otherwise, they're fine.
yep.
and their ship's gone. um, all right. So yeah, you just run up and you crack him with your boot, and he just his spine just bam right back into the wall that he just hit from when Tobias tripped him up, and he's out.
I pulled myself up off the floor and I'm like, I meant to do that.
Fist bump for teamwork.
Here we
There we
go. Look at that. You guys are getting along.
Where's my money?
We have to get him to the foundation first. We'd have to have something to bind him with, would you?
Does anybody have binders?
Do you have any like 550 cord in your toolkit? Some wire, something?
Your shoelaces?
I do not. Do we still have a destiny point left though?
You
yes, we do.
have one.
Because I can spend a destiny point to say, why, yes, as a matter of fact, I do have some binder cuffs.
Well, the session's almost over, so go ahead, spend that destiny point.
Hey,
Hold on.
I'll spend all 3 of mine and 3 more Gungans just run inside. Hey, that's our
So-
friend.
So Tobias gets up and he's like, oh, he was not a graceful land, and he reaches into his pack and he pulls out some cuffs and he just tosses them to Gideon. I'll look up later how much those are, Jeff, and I'll deduct it from my
Yeah,
credits.
totally fine.
Okay.
All right.
I'll bind him up, search him, pat him down for any weapons, rest,
Yeah.
and all that.
He doesn't have any. You knocked it out of his hands.
Nice. I will pick up his rifle though. That looks like a sweet rifle.
all right. Well, we're at midnight. We keep hitting nice little stopping points right at midnight all the time, so it's kind of nice. So that's good because you guys are about to leave the station, and Jay should probably be around if you guys are gonna leave.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll come back to that next time. So, man, it got a little brutal towards the end. Goodness.
I'm back to
But-
tank of my own. The way this is going.
Yeah, you
Shot.
just keep getting shot. As much soak as you have, you just keep getting wounded. But hey, I
That's
mean, you're
why
surviving
it's
the
better
day.
to not get shot than have a high soak.
That's true.
I'd rather have a high soak and not get shot,
I'm just
but just
saying
in case.
the last I took 1 damage for combat from last session. I just took 1 damage from all that.
Yeah, it's because
And
we were
whereas you and
busy-
Jace nearly died. Well,
we were busy
ran out
fighting
of
the big
wounds.
nasty thing.
Well, you know,
And
Yeah.
you were also like behind cover as far
Okay.
away as you could get, shooting at the other guys, not drawing aggro,
Yeah.
letting
It's okay.
letting other people hit big things with sticks.
Gideon's job to take hits, I guess.
I do have a higher intellect than him. Makes sense.
Oh yeah, you think you're a smart guy. All right,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna call
So is
it
that just a
night.
regular blaster rifle?
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
just a
inventory.
standard blaster rifle. We're gonna call it a night. Thanks for joining us for some Survival 3 of the Free. We will be back in 2 weeks, which will be the 23rd, everybody. So, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you guys next time.